it experience police. Don't a make it like Satan, not a hell go mash up people stand and thief when them sell it gun. What they to the market man, it gun. What them a treat the cat man, it gun. What they to the peanut man, it gun. What them a treat the dirt man, it gun.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter. It's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Stibbidim day, stibbidim day, stibbidim day. We in Global TV say certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
This is Global TV election campaign coverage. This is Global TV election campaign coverage. This is Global TV election campaign coverage.
Good night and welcome. It is Friday night, the 9th of February 2024, and we are still on our election campaign coverage. 2024, Jamaica decide. Good night to TikTok. We're back on TikTok tonight. Keep tapping up the screen on TikTok, please. Thank you for being here. We were in jail for a week over on TikTok, and we are back on TikTok tonight. Welcome back to those on TikTok. Thank you all for joining us. It's lovely to be back on TikTok. Keep tapping up the screen, please. Keep tapping up the screen. Good night to everyone on the Twitch, the X, Facebook, on YouTube. Good night and welcome tonight to this or makeshift panel discussion. I have nothing planned to discuss with you tonight. The only question I want to ask is, who really owns Jamaica? in an attempt to get you involved in the discussion. The link is pinned in the top of the chat. For those of you on YouTube and Facebook and others, TikTok, you have your other way of joining. I don't know how it would work. But however, let me give you your tutorial before we go any further. In order to support my channel, giving us likes and shares is what we ask of you all. So if you're watching on your phone, this graphic on the screen here, on the right, you will see circle in yellow, that X. If you hit that X, it will take the screen, the chat screen down. And then if you look over to the left here, then what will appear just below my picture is the thumbs up. So if you just hit that thumbs up, then below the thumbs up, you hit chat as public and your name would be there. And then it takes you right back into the chat. So please do give us some likes, then get back into the chat and continue to interact. If you're on TikTok, please keep topping up the screen, please, so you can send the signal out there that we are back on TikTok and we're aiming to have a discussion tonight. We're aiming to have a discussion tonight, which I want you all to get involved. I don't want to just sit and keep talking on my own. I want you all to get involved. So in the top of the chat, in the top of your YouTube chat, the link is pinned where you can just hit the link, enter the studio. You don't have to turn your camera on. You don't have to put in your name. You can just type in anything you want to type in there. And let us hear your views. Who really owns Jamaica? Good evening to everyone on the live. Good evening to everyone in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Good evening, Sunshine. You are on TikTok. Good evening, Roger. You are on TikTok. Please keep tapping up the screen, please, so it can send the signal out there that we are here. Good evening to all and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. This is another of our election campaign coverage, Jamaica Decide. But we are also asking the question at this point, who really owns Jamaica? Good evening to Debbie Jervis. Good evening, amazing, great sunshine. Good evening and welcome. Good evening to VM, Patricia Matthews. Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Beat and Teach, good evening and welcome. Cousin Jamie, Simone, good evening and welcome. Abina, good evening and welcome. Who else? Veteran, big up, veteran, big up, and welcome. Always on time. Big up. BCA Smith, good evening and welcome. Monica Willis, good evening and welcome. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us. Michelle Lewis, Wilson, God's gift, good evening and welcome. Manners and respect, the I Easy Jerk World, the-I Easy Jerk World, good manners and respect, good evening and welcome. Who else is here? Miranda Roddock, good evening and welcome. Good evening in a circle. Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Good evening. Thank you all for being here. Overcomer, I know you're always on Facebook. Good evening and welcome. Sharon Powell, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Carla Hayes, good evening and welcome. Rosie D, good evening, Rosie D, good evening and welcome. Cousin Myrna Bryan, How are you? Good evening and welcome. Carla Williams, good evening and welcome. Pamela McNeil, good evening and welcome. Parkin, good evening and welcome. Good evening. Thank you all for being here this evening. Ubuntu, good evening and welcome. Rebel with a Cause, good evening and welcome. Joan Brown, Beverly Forbes, good evening and welcome. Douglas Allen, good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining. Angela 48349, good evening and welcome. Natalie Freeman, good evening and welcome. How are you? Thank you all for joining. Good evening. Beat and teach Wagwan, how you do? Good evening and welcome to everyone. Rose East, good evening and welcome. First time seeing you in the chat. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining. Lovely to have your support. Thank you all for joining. Let's have a discussion tonight. Who really owns Jamaica? And you can even ask yourself the question, do we have a stake in Jamaica? And if we do, how does it benefit us? Let us have that conversation. If you have a view on who owns Jamaica, let's hear your views tonight. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting here lazy looking at you. So let's have that discussion tonight. Who owns Jamaica? What's your view? Do we have a stake in Jamaica? Is Jamaica owned by the West? Is Jamaica still owned by the slave masters? Does China have a stake in Jamaica? How big is China's stake in Jamaica? Who else have a stake in Jamaica we don't know about? Are you hearing any background noise? Because I've got my air cooler on. Please let me know if you're hearing any background noise, because it's rather feeling quite warm in here. I don't want to sit down and talk tonight. Hit the chat, hit the link, and get into the studio and give us your opinion. Your opinion, and who do you think owns Jamaica? Or can you point to any facts to show that X, Y, or Z owns Jamaica? Are you willing to have that conversation tonight? If you do, then just go to look at the top of the chat and just hit that blue link pinned in the top of the chat. And if you have just joined the chat and you have not hit the like button yet, the graphic on the screen, Hugh Robotham, good evening and welcome. Agency Drive 5, good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining. Good evening and welcome. If you have not hit the like button yet, let me go over to the YouTube studio and see how much of you have liked the video. Please give us some like and share so we get the messaging much further out there. So on your screen at the moment, the graphic on the right, if you hit the X, it will take your screen down to what would look like the screen. The one on your right, rather, when I know some have a problem. The screen on your right, if you hit the X, it will take your screen down to look like what is over on the left here. Then you just hit that thumb below my picture. Then just below that, you hit where it says chat publicly, and you're right back into the chat. Kennisbury, good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. If you have a view on the questions, on the question posed this evening, who really owns Jamaica? Hit the link in the top of the chat and get involved in the discussion. Good evening and welcome, panelists. Hello.
Hello?
Good evening and welcome. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you could turn your background down
Yep,
for me,
all done.
please.
All done. How
The
you doing?
question, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm about
The
to cook some
question tonight
delicious.
is who really owns Jamaica? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, caller. If you're having problem, pop out of the studio and pop back in. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? All right, I'll wait for the caller to pop back into the studio. Hello, caller. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
The question we're asking this evening, who really owns Jamaica?
From what I understand, it's supposed to be the head of state, which is now Charles, who took over the throne from his mother, who is the Queen of England. Because
But
Jamaica is still a crown. Was in Jamaica still considered a crown colony?
Mhm.
Yeah, I understand it's still because they still have to answer to the Privy Council that would be England.
And do you think us, the descendant of the slave, has a stake in Jamaica?
Repeat that question again.
Do you think us, the descendant of the slave, have a share of Jamaica?
No.
What are the solutions do you think we can come up with?
We could all as you know, as descendant from our ancestors, we could all pull our funds together and see how best we could purchase those acres of land that you had mentioned, and see if we can, buy out the Chinese people also.
So you're saying it's time for us to organize and use our resources
Yes,
to claim a stake in Jamaica, because for now we really have nothing.
exactly. Yes.
What do you think about the Chinese influence on Jamaica's land and economy?
I don't like the idea that they're there. I don't like it because they don't benefit our people. Because
But some people,
nothing that they do is going to benefit us. So it's best for us to pull our funds together and see how best we can come up with a solution. Once we start to make some funds by purchasing those land, because once we purchase those land, then we have the power to say so, and then we could buy them out and pay them off and let they go back to their countries.
but some people would argue though that Jamaica partnership with China has
Hmm.
seen has seen much more needed infrastructure development than the relationship we've had with the West. What would your response be to that?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be. I think we should be better off be more self-sufficient, and that we don't have to rely on the West, and we don't have to rely on China. In other words, we have to learn to be self-sufficient. We need to change our mindset.
Or what would you say to those who would say there's nothing wrong with us having partnership, but What partnership are they, and how much control do we as Jamaicans or as a state have over those partnership that we get involved with other international partners?
Well, unlike Jamaica, unlike Africa, as you can see, the African continent right now, they have some Chinese people on the continent, but eventually that place wants also become self-sufficient. We could also move in that direction also, instead of constantly having to rely on these countries, because there are plenty of Jamaicans overseas. You know, if every one of us pull our funds together, we can do this.
So basically, you're saying it's time for Jamaicans and Black people by extension to pick up the Garvey idea and run with it.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your opinion tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for listening to me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. If anyone else have a view on who really owns Jamaica, the link is in the top of the chat. Hit the link and get in the studio and give us your opinion on who do you really think owns Jamaica. Abina, good evening, and welcome. Good evening, Anthony R. Good evening and welcome. Jacqueline Wallace. Good evening, Maria Williams. Good evening and welcome. Good evening, Raymond. Good evening and welcome. Good evening, JamaicanTV.com. Good evening and welcome, Michelle Guthrie. Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Noel Williams. Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Good evening to our North American correspondent, Debbie Jervis. Good evening and welcome to Global TV.
Good evening, globalists. Good evening, everyone. Good night, Sir Wayne.
Good night, Debbie. The question is tonight, who really owns Jamaica? And do we have a stake in it?
Well, my personal opinion, I think a majority of Jamaica is owned by the Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Jamaicans don't have a stake in it because our island was pretty much given away by previous administration. And when the previous administration hit a snag with the giveaway, the current administration picked up the mantle and ran with it, quadrupled the giveaway, and the giveaway really of Jamaica that benefits us zero. Big fat goose egg Jamaica gets out of this. And I really, really wonder where, why, and how much money was deposited into these administrations, Portia Simpson Miller's administration, and her, by extension, her bank account offshore, and the current administration, Mr. Condrew.
It would be good for the Auditor General to be able to do their job well.
It would behoove them to do their job. But you see, everybody is so corrupt and they're all wrapped up in the corruption burrito that we will never hear unless we get them out of office, well, the current administration out of office, and find a way to get a completely total independent auditor general or a forensic auditor to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and a microscope. They start handing out silver bangles. Catch this one with this. How did you come by this amount of money? See what had happened was no. Silver bangle for you. Silver bangle. Everybody get a silver bangle. It is ridiculously atrocious the way the country is being run currently. it's like we're sitting on the precipice, and all they need to do is just tap their index finger, and off we go over into the deep recesses of the Caribbean Sea to be no more. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand. And you have people that go ahead.
A broader question I'm planning to ask next week
Mm-hmm.
in relation to this whole issue, given the political atmosphere at the moment, should us as a people put Mark Golden and notice at the moment that 2025, if you become the next leader of our country, will you renegotiate these land deal with China? Should we not
Has to
put Mark
happen.
Golden and notice from now?
It
Because I
has
want
to
to get
happen.
deeper into that next week.
That has to happen. It absolutely has to happen. And the first thing, really and truly, if he really, really means what he says about integrity and bringing integrity back to the administration, he would investigate all these crooks that are in office. JLP, PNP, everybody. I don't care if it is his mother, if his sister, I don't care who it is. If it's the dog that was a crook and got illicit gains, everybody getting a nice big piece of cement slab in the prison.
And we should also charge him to detach the office of the political ombudsman from the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, should he become the next
Absolutely.
prime minister, because Parliament and public officials need a watchdog.
They need a police, and the office of the ombudsman is the police for crooked politicians.
Precisely.
And I think Conjure, I'm not calling his name because I don't want his name to go down in the history books as the most talked about. Conjure is trying to get the office of the ombudsman in his office under his thumb so he can tell them what to do and what not to do. The same way he has Adam Bulldog in lipstick under his thumb is what he is trying to do with the ombudsman office as well. They're essentially trying to steal the election. That, my personal opinion, he's essentially trying to steal the election.
I'm also of the opinion.
Because if you have the office of the ombudsman in the office of the prime minister, who's going to tell the prime minister or any of his cohorts, oh no, you're not doing, that's not right, you can't do that, nope, smack your hand, or send a big notice, you can go to jail for that, or you're going to jail for that because you know it's wrong, you know it's not right, you know you did wrong. If he's under the office of the prime minister, he can't go anywhere. It won't go anywhere. Whatever the action is that's against the Constitution or whatever policy that's in place, whatever action the current administration or anybody in the current administration does, they can do whatever they want because their buddy Conjure is, he got their six. He's got everybody's back.
Yeah. We have to have a system where we're able to prosecute and convict and imprison politicians and bankers.
Absolutely.
Until we
Absolutely.
start sending those people to prison, we won't see any change in corruption.
I mean, of course, because look at all the mess going on with NCB Bank. How are you going to tell me that all of this stuff, all these people's monies that is just, turn into smoke and disappear? Well, it's not coming from the top and it's not coming from within.
I don't know what is happening with the banking sectors across Jamaica. I've been told by my family this evening because St. Elizabeth, the capital for St. Elizabeth is Black River.
Black River. Mm-hmm.
And my cousin has been telling me this evening that the only thing they haven't picked up out of Black River and moved to Junction is the hospital.
Wow.
Now, Junction, where Master Children resides, have more become now like the new capital
Uh-huh.
of St. Elizabeth. No NCB Bank in Black River, no Scotia Bank, no JPS. All of those things have been moved to Junction. So it's like Junction is the new capital for St. Elizabeth. The life have been just sucked out of Black River. People in and around Black River is been put out of their ways. Either you go Santa Cruz, go do certain thing, or you go Junction, you got Black River.
Exactly.
Black River is
Exactly.
an economic ghost town now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was down there October of last year, and literally nothing in Black River. You have to go to South. I mean, good Lord.
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah. Yeah,
You have to go to Santa Cruz to get anything done. Any kind of business you want done, Santa Cruz. Because there's nothing in Black River.
The only bank they said left in Black River is Sagicor.
I don't even remember seeing that one.
That's the
Honestly.
only one. That one is like you're going towards the hospital. It's next to that gas station. I think, is it Texaco? I think that's
Okay.
that's the only one my family are saying left in Black River. Everything else is shipped out. Only the hospital they're left to take
I'm
now.
sure it's there. I just never paid attention to it. I was busy trying to see what was going on with the people around town. While driving around, just looking. But yeah, pretty much all business entities I've left Black River.
No employment in a township, a capital. No development since slavery. And do you know that the guys for the People National Party, who is going up, has been the mayor councillor since 2007.
Mm-hmm.
He has been a two-term MP from 1980 to 89. And this same guy, almost 80 years old, is going back up for the job again and has not bring any infrastructure development into Black River for the 50 years of representational politics. And he's at it again.
Why is he's 80 years old? Mr. Man, please go sit in your armchair on your veranda and give somebody else an opportunity.
This is the problem. We don't have a retirement age for crooks.
Oh my gosh.
Swindle us down the Swanee.
80 years old. Honest to goodness, what vision can you bring for the future?
That you have not for the last 50 years.
Right. What can you bring to the table? Listen, he'll be in a meeting and somebody's talking, and next thing you know, he dozed off. Oh, I was just resting my eyes. Sir, you need to go home and go sit in your rocking chair. Give somebody else. And I don't understand how people can absolutely come and vote for somebody like that. That has done nothing for the area.
This is why I blame the people with one, partisan politics, and two, not engage in the process enough.
They absolutely do not care about their future, their children's future, or their grandchildren's future. That's just how I see it. That is absolutely how I see it. Because if you meant any good for yourself or your family, you wouldn't be going back to somebody that has done nothing for you. What? Because I'm come give you a couple dollars in your hand? Okay, so they give you $5,000. You use that to buy one scandal bag of grocery in the Chinaman shop. And then after you use the grocery, you consume it and you expel it. Then what? You're going to how are you going to survive for the next 4 years without the $5,000? Can you go to this old man's house if he or his farm if he have one and say, hey, counselor, can I get a 2 pound piece of yellow yam, or can I get 2 finger banana?
Some of them, throughout that 5-year period, you rarely see them. Very few of the communities within their division
Right, exactly.
would see them on a regular basis. These are not people who you see. You have some of them that attend every funeral and every poll
Mm-hmm.
can knock,
Mm-hmm.
but you have some of them who you just don't see until they're coming for your votes.
Correct. Correct. They will find you in the deepest recesses of the woods. They will find you in the most obscure corner of the world, of your community, to find you, to come and get you, sweet talk you, and bribe you to come vote for them. What have they
Listen,
done for you in
they
the last 4 years? Nothing. But they come with a little pocket change. So yeah, that makes a difference. No, doesn't make a difference.
they are going to drive around election day, and even those who are unable to walk, they will get a free drive back and forth to polling station on that day. But they
Unbelievable.
wouldn't care how you get to hospital
No,
the day after.
look at Senator Brown. Look at Senator Brown. The man came out and said if he didn't have friends in high places or friends that knew him that work in the healthcare system, he would have been dead. He would have been dead.
And then the Jamaican authorities are pushing back that the story is not true about the health care.
Oh,
And
please
they are asking everybody to get involved in their diplomatic wrangles.
listen to me. That person who is our ambassador in DC, she is as disassociated from reality as I don't even know what. Who the heck does she think she is, trying to go up against these United States of America? Is she crazy? She don't realize where she is?
I don't think so.
How, the chutzpah, the cojones of this woman to get people to write and call the United States
They would probably
Department
even make
of
it more for
Justice?
themselves by the US backlashing on them by putting out even more.
Even more. How dare she? Her and Miss Matey, Limina Johnson Smith. How dare they talk about the US government got it wrong? Excuse me. Did your senator not just come in front of parliament and talk about the state of the healthcare system,
No,
his
all they have
personal
to do,
experience?
all they have to do, a part of their road tour, because they're going the length and breadth of the
Mm-hmm.
country. Across their road tour, please visit our hospitals.
Right.
Document what you see, and then ask yourself, is the Americans really lying? But you see, because these people don't have to go to these institutions,
Whoa.
they don't even know what's going on there.
Listen, if I should tell you my experience with hospitals here in America, specifically in Florida, it people in Jamaica would sit there with their mouth hanging open like, what? They do that? Emergency rooms here. Emergency rooms here in Florida. You go in there, as soon as you get in, they ask you, what's happening? And if you say, I'm feeling pain, what's your pain level? And they run with you from there. They have you taking your vitals, and they, bringing you into a private room, even though some of the private rooms are not have doors. They have separators and curtains to separate you from another patient.
Yeah.
Not this long drawn out barn looking area where There is no separation of anything. There's no curtains. People can see you and hear what you're saying and looking at you and see. No,
And people get prioritized based on age and condition.
exactly.
You
Listen,
go
I
in with
had
you go in with a chest pain or a head pain. You automatically, unless you're a child, you get prioritized because
prioritized.
brain
Yes, you
function and
do.
heart function hospital takes them very serious.
I in 2 years ago, I was home. It was January. I was preparing to go to DC for the inauguration,
Mhm.
and I got sick. And I thought it was food poisoning because I was just throwing up, and excruciating pain. And when I think the pain died down, by the time I think it died down and I breathe in twice, here it comes again. And I kept, the Pepto-Bismol, the warm ginger ale, the peppermint tea, all of the bush tea, them, our home remedies. And
Mhm.
my daughter happened to call me and she's like, "Why do you sound like that?" I said, I have food poisoning. And she was like, "How do you get food poisoning?" And the only thing I could think of was I had made ackee and saltfish the night before, and I forgot to take it out of the pot and put it in a glass container like I normally do and put it in the refrigerator. And I got up next morning, I just went in the pot and took me out some and got me some toast bread, and I had my ackee and saltfish and toast for breakfast, and I got sick. And I'm thinking, oh crap, I done poisoned myself.
Mhm.
But she kept checking in on me, and nothing was changing. Nothing was changing. She said, "I'm calling you an Uber to go to the hospital." I'm like, "No, no, no." She's like, "No, I'm calling you an Uber to go to the hospital." And I said, "Nope." We were just coming out of COVID, actually. It was 21, 21, 22, whenever the
22.
22. It was 22. And I said, "Hospital? Are you crazy?" I said, "I'm not going nowhere out there in no hospital with COVID still, COVID still I keep." And she was like, "You need to go to the doctor because that doesn't sound right." Because it was literally all day I was throwing up. Water was coming up. And I kept saying, "No, no, no." I kept resisting. A friend of hers that she went to college with, he is a surgeon. She called him and had this young man call me. And he's like, "Mama Debbie." I said, "Yes, honey. You need to go to the hospital." I'm like, "No, no, no. Mm-mm. COVID out there. I'm not going." And he was like, "The emergency room is the most sanitized place you could possibly be right now. You need to go." And he was explaining to me the symptoms that my daughter told him. And I
Mhm.
told him. He was like, "Nah, that's not food poisoning. That sounds something different." And he kept asking me, "Where am I having the pain?" And I explained to him where the pain was. And he said, "Nope, it's either one of two things. It's either your appendix or your gallbladder. And if it's either one, it's either going to be ruptured or has ruptured, so you need to go." So I finally relented, and my daughter called an Uber, and I told her which emergency room I wanted to go to. But because we have several hospitals with the same name for the county,
Mhm.
she sent me to the main hospital. She had the Uber drop me at the main hospital. And when I'm telling you, I was doubling over in pain, sweating like somebody had a heat pack on my back. And I
Mhm.
walked into the emergency room. The guy in the Uber came and helped me walk in. And as soon as I got to the window, the technician sitting there looked at me and saw me sweating profusely. And she goes, "Are you in pain?" And I said, "Yes." She goes, "What's your pain level?" And I said, "Right about now, it's a 10. That lady did not stop. She jumped up, went around to come out of her window, got me a wheelchair, put me in a wheelchair, and rushed me back into the back. While she was doing that, there was a nurse taking my vital signs. There was somebody else asking me all kinds of questions about everything. Who are my doctor? Who is my do I have a primary? Do I have a this and do I have a that? And I'm like, "Yes, yes." And I gave them all the names. By the time I got to the back in the emergency room where they put me on a bed now,
Mhm.
I had people all over me, all over me. And it was like, okay, we're going to do an x-ray. I'm laying there. They almost ripped my clothes off. Thankfully, I wore easy stuff to take off, buttons and stuff. And I said, okay, they brought the x-ray machine right from out of the ceiling, pointed it at me, and took the x-ray. And I swear to you, within 5 minutes, they said, oh no, you gotta have surgery. And I'm like, hold on, surgery for what? And they say, your gallbladder is about to explode. And I was like,
Wow.
what? He said, yeah. I got into the hospital emergency room at 2:30 in the afternoon, and 4:30 I was in surgery.
Can you imagine if this was in Jamaica?
Oh my God, I would have been dead on arrival.
This
I'm
is what our
telling you.
people need to understand, the riskiness of our health care, while these people are pushing back that this travel advice that the
Mhm.
US put out
Yeah,
there lying
I'm
about our
talking.
health care.
I
We know
see.
it's not a lie, it's our experience.
I see so many people online talking about, oh, I'm going to Jamaica. I'm not. I have my ticket booked. I'm not letting these people tell me nothing. I'm not. Oh, okay. I told one young lady that's very close to our family. She's like, I'm going to Jamaica. I don't care. These America is trying to what did she say? She's like, America is trying to mess up Jamaica's tourism and whatnot. And she says, I'm going. I don't care. I've been to Jamaica before, and I looked at her. Now, this young lady, very young lady, she's like 20 something. I said to her, she wasn't even born in Jamaica. Her grandparents were born in Jamaica. Her parents were born here.
Mhm.
She was born here in America. And she's all gung ho. The only thing I could say to God, I said, you know what? It doesn't even matter what I say to her. I said, but the only thing I could say to her, the only thing I said to her was, watch your six. And the enormity of that statement,
Mhm.
it just went right over her head. All she said was, oh, thank you. I said, okay. All right, sister. And her best friend, who was like my niece, she kept telling her, she said, you better listen to Mama D. You don't know anything about anything. Well, I'm going down there where my grandma's from, and she asked her, she says, have you ever been to Jamaica? She goes, yes, I was there like 6 years ago. Honey, it is nothing like that right now. I said, I was there last year, and right now it's not anything like it was last year.
But look at even Cornwall.
Oh my God.
How long they've been trying to get Cornwall back on track. You know how much new hospital you could build
Could have built
in
in
that
that
time
time.
and out of that budget that they've spent, and we still don't know when it will be operationally acceptable.
But who are these people that they have as contractors and engineers supposedly fixing this hospital or upgrading it or renovating it? They cannot possibly have any kind of experience as an engineer or a contractor to build hospitals. They
The,
couldn't
the,
possibly have any kind of experience in that because it would definitely not take that long.
the job of the Minister of Information or the PR for the Department of Health, it is their duty to keep us informed. But because
Informed
they
and
are
tell us
not doing
how
what they're
our money is being spent and how long is it going to take to finish using our money to get this place up to par.
they
Cornwall
won't,
region
because
is supposed to be a state of the art institution. I won't even class it as a hospital. It's supposed to be a state of the art institution where it's like a hospital for the battlefield. They can take care of any and everything.
But do they have all the specialities there when we don't have more than one CT across the country?
They don't have nothing. Wayne, you know that. How can you have a whole country and only have one CT scan machine in the entire country? That's just like
When
that's
when
just like
seven, when a fraction of 700 billion or a fraction of 1.7 trillion
thank
has
you.
gone missing from Department of Health.
Thank you. It's like one CT scan on the island is like one breathalyzer that the police officers have. And I'm like, what? Every city, every county, every state. And within each county, there are several cities that have police departments here. And every police officer is equipped with breathalyzers. Every single one. Just like how every single police officer is equipped with body cam.
Mhm. Well, there isn't, especially the public services that looks after us. There's no investment in them.
Nope.
Education, healthcare, the National Roads Works Agency, which deal with our roads,
That's another joke.
the public services, the water and utility, all of these meaningful service to us. You notice none of them don't work.
Absolutely not.
You notice the water problem we have across the country. The tourism areas don't go through them water bangarang that.
No, they sure don't. And I keep saying all the people that live in any area that have ginormous hotels, communities,
And villas.
they need to go take them blue drum and them bucket and go right to the hotel gate and say, "Me want some water. Me want some water. Me
The
not have none of
problem,
my yard."
what I'm hoping is during this election period, Jamaicans vote on a more awareness more than the old, same old, same old.
Absolutely.
Nothing is
Absolutely.
around us and for us. So it is time that we send a signal with our votes that it is time that we have a share of that our Jamaica.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And look here, they come in to beg your vote. If they're to re-elect them to put them back in office, if they have not been doing anything in the community for betterment, for upliftment, for anything that helps the entire community, if they have not been doing anything at all, don't come ask me for nothing. Okay, come on. Well, you know what? Yes, come ask me for my vote. Carry your money. Come. Carry your money. Come. Yeah, I'll take your money. Yeah, I'm gonna vote for you. I'll vote
This,
you behind right
this is
out of
why we
office.
this is why we need to get the people to the point where they are voting meaningful and not meaningless.
Absolutely. The main question they should ask when they come to beg and buy their vote: what have you done for me? Meaning me, my family, my community. What have you done for us in the last 4 years? What? And I don't mean all of a sudden now you found money to clear banking and clean gutters and making new gutters and patching and fixing roads in the last month? Where were you the last 4 years?
Those are the things that I can't understand why people don't wake up to things like those.
No, they're all about oh my good up MP, oh my steam fish and okra body councillor, oh my shut up and open your eyes and look. Just think about it. Jamaica is supposedly been independent since 1962.
Mm-hmm.
We are in 2024. And we have communities that don't have electricity. We have communities that don't have running water from the town pump into our homes.
Oh, yes.
This fool, old sweet pepper nose man, come out the other day, have big splendiferous ceremony pipe water. One pipe in a community, and him turn on the one pipe for just to see the little spittle of water come out.
After
And he
4 years.
claim he washed his hand in it. Where is the piping of all the pipes to go into all these people that live in the community to go into their yard so they don't have to take bucket and pail and pot for come a standpipe, fill up them pot and them pail and them bucket with water, put cut up on their head and carry it back to their house? What the hell? I
The
did
sad
that when I
reality,
was a kid, and I am 60 years old, and I did that when I was a kid.
the sad reality of that is the people honestly believe that all the things they're doing now, just to get their votes, that these people really care about them.
They don't.
That is really the sad reality.
And that is the big ignorance of this whole situation. They keep promising you, and people are not remembering. They promised you this 4 years ago, and they came and they dropped 5 feet of pipe, and they put up a standpipe on it, and you're supposed to have piped water in the entire community, and it never happened, and these people don't remember. And here they come 4 years later. Oh, I'm going to give you water. You're going to have running water, and you're going to have good roads. We're going to fix the roads. What
All
have
that
you
should be-
done for the last 8 years? I'm seeing video coming out of my town, Brownstown, St. Anne. The roads from all over coming into the town, from Orangeville, from Benin, from Buxton, coming into Brownstown, are horrific. It's just in the last 3 weeks I see the JLP councillor. Oh, we're building roads. We're doing roads. Oh, excuse the dust and sorry for the inconvenience, but we're hard at work fixing your roads. What the hell have you been doing for the last 4 years, lady? Building
They're not,
culvert and
they're not
drainage.
concerned then because it didn't matter then.
Exactly. And that's the same promise the people got 4 years ago and 4 years before that. What happened to those 8 years? You want to tell me that the money that was supposed to do that was held up? Held up how?
But
Your
every
paycheck kept coming.
every year they do a budget. Every year
Yes,
they go to parliament with a budget.
absolutely.
They go to parliament with a budget every year. The problem is there's no accountability, as we saw with that 1.7 billion. There is no accountability to all those billions that has been disbursed from our budget
Right.
annually to
Right.
these various departments.
Listen, these politicians, our heads of state, our prime minister is using the budget, taxpayers' money, as if it's his own personal bank account. He's treating the budget the way he treats his nonprofit charitable foundation. They get all sorts and all kinds of money coming through these foundations, and there's no accountability. They don't have to report how much money they get. They don't have to report who give it to them. They don't have to report if them give it to somebody, and they don't have to report who them give it to if them give anything. So that's how
Why you think all of them have these foundations?
exactly.
Or charities?
I think they're just one big, how some folks here would call it, one big wash house, a ginormous laundromat. Ginormous laundromat. And tell them, come tell me, say, lie me a tell. Tell them, come tell me, say, lie me a tell. Show me the money. Show me the proof. Show me when you come in, your money come in, and your money go out? What is this money earmarked for? How do you encumber these funds? What are you paying for out of these funds?
They
What,
can
you
never have
know,
the
how are you
accountability.
expending the funds? Who's getting it? Who's giving it? And who is getting it? That's all. That's all we need to know. Who's giving the
Mhm.
money? We don't. We want to know. We want to know, but you know the way everything is all shady and full of skullduggery, it make us think, some people don't want to know, want to be brought to the forefront or put on blast or on Front Street that they're giving money to this one's foundation or that one's foundation. And when they're giving money away, the person getting the money don't want to know or don't want
That's
anybody
why
to know that they're getting money from this foundation, because then they're going to have an explanation as to why is the Prime Minister's Foundation giving you $30 million?
that's
Or
why we're
when
never
did
going
the
to know. We're never
wh-
going to know who the
right?
illicit six are until 2025 if Mark Golden isn't corrupt. Because
Well,
they will not release it before the 2025
which is
2025 general.
ridiculous. Which is
They will not.
ridiculous because right now what they're doing is they're forcing us to put back into office these damn crooks and criminals. And
But
we
the
know
truth is,
we know the top two that's on that list of six. We know the bedroom politics people
there's
then.
a broader scope that we need to focus on, because many of these people in the local government, including the mayor for the Kingston and St. Andrew municipality, a lot of those people at local government level who are being nominated are also under investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Look
Yeah,
at Keith and Kim, where the police refused to investigate Warren Reed
that's
and
the
all of
one
them.
I'm talking about from Brownstown. When them ask her about what's hanging over her head, she goes, "I don't think about that.
Keith,
I'm
you have to
not.
refer to her as Keith
I
and
wasn't
Kim.
charged. I wasn't convicted. Do you see me
This
got convicted?"
this is the bare-face stealing. That's
Uh-huh.
what I tell her this morning. But Kim, with money still missing.
Right.
The fact that you not get charged or you not convicted, no means say we money never get you never thief with money.
Right.
And that's what.
Mm-hmm.
But everything, but if you notice, everything about labor bare-face. So them bare-face they draw a gun, them bare-face they buy a vote, them bare-face they are burn candle
Oh, we are walking Kango. Mm-hmm.
manipulate.
I wonder if it's her perfume scent she put on the candle them, or
Well,
if it's that her the perfume is what her Obia man tell her to come put together.
well, I just want to know how much of them are wear fix things for the next 3 weeks, and how much of them are burn candle.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? I mean,
I'm
on a
work
Babylon
not in
life.
other place. Yes, man. This is the talk about beer face. Them beer face bad,
Oh yes. Oh yes.
and every single one of them have some silver bangles with their initials on it, waiting on them.
You see
Cannot
the
wait.
day
I'm tell
Jamaica.
you, say,
You see the day Jamaica people wake up, it's going to send a shockwave across this
oh,
globe.
absolutely, absolutely. It's starting. It's starting because people are
Fed up.
realizing. Wait a minute. How come? Wait a minute. How come I don't see you for 4 years? And you come around 4 years ago. You came around and gave me $5,000 and a scandal bag of chicken back and 1 pound of rice and half a pound of flour.
You
And
saw that video on social media where a young man went to shop with $6,000, went to supermarket
yes,
with $6,000,
yes,
and he could have carried away home when buy in a pocket.
in his pocket.
Mm.
Now listen to me.
So if you
I
have
will.
sell your vote at this point and you now get $5 million, then you should just might as well stay home and sleep.
Right. You know, and I keep saying it. Like when we're talking about the toll for the China highway, 600, they charge anywhere from 600 to $3,700 for toll, depending on the size and class of your vehicle. I'm sorry. I don't give a rat tail what anybody say. Don't tell me nothing about no exchange rate and no exchange. $600 in anybody money is $600. $3,700 in anybody's money is $3,700. Now, because of the non-existent value of the money is what, you know, makes it so tough, but still $600 in anybody money is $600. $3,700 in anybody money is $3,700. Now they can buy people's vote for $5,000 and maybe give them a scandal bag of basic 6 items. When that money
Walk
though,
into the shop, you're going to have to put back a lot of things.
hello. When that little bit of money what them they joyfully take and they go to the supermarket with it, they come out with half a bag because, like you said, they have to put stuff back because they're thinking, oh, I'm going to get this and oh, I'm going to get that, forgetting the cost of living is through the darn roof. What? They
Which
don't
is something
think.
which is hitting Jamaicans very hard since pandemic and the Ukraine war.
Absolutely.
It's hitting us everywhere very hard. But we know that our people at home feels it harder because they don't have the disposable income.
Right.
Most of them are not employed. Even if they are, they don't have the disposable income that a lot of us would have in order to go through this thing. So
Exactly.
the cost of living is really a massive problem at home.
It really is. I mean, minimum wage is, what is it, $13,000 a week? You know that's less than $100, right? How?
$13,000 a week. You cannot even, looking at what $6,000 buy. How are you going to feed yourself out of it? Travel, pay rent or other utilities
Exactly.
that you might have to look after. It's just not workable.
That's why I said all these people working.
And you can see why young Jamaicans wouldn't want to go and work for $13,000 per week because a bus fare when you come
First of
home
all,
weekend, a bus fare and lunch money, everything done in.
Right. That's like $13,000 a week with the current exchange rate of 156. It's like $83.33. That's my light bill money alone, period. Okay.
So you're not working for a salary. They're just covering your travel expense and your food while you're at work. That's all.
And not even fully for the week.
Exactly.
And then they come with this nonsense about they're gonna cut the bus fare. Sir, how the hell is that helping people put food on their table? Why not raise the minimum wage so they can have a livable wage so these people can buy grocery every week, pay one bill this week, save some money for next week, so put it together to pay them rent at the end of the month? I would really like to know if these people that are coming up with these legislation and these bills and minimum wage, how would they feel if they had to sit, work, live in somebody's shoes that is on minimum wage, that is making minimum wage, just be them for 2 months? Let's swap places. Let's swap places for you to go down to Miss Jane down the street, that Miss Jane is working as a cashier somewhere and making $13,000 a week. Go sit in Miss Jane's house, her job and let Miss Jane go to your job, go to your house and work, do your job, which is nothing, and
Oh, that
see
wouldn't
how you
interest
figure
them.
it.
That
See
wouldn't
how
be
they work
something.
out. Mm-mm.
That would be something that interests them.
See how they manage with. See the kind of magic they work to make $13,000 a week stretch.
1 second, Debbie. If
Hmm.
anyone is interested in joining the panel, in the top of the chat, you can just hit the link and enter the studio. You do not have to turn your camera on, nor do you have to come in with your name. You can type anything you want when it asks you to enter your name. So we're asking the question this evening, who really owns Jamaica? So if you are interested in getting involved in the conversation, just hit the link in the top of the chat and join the studio, and we can have that conversation. Thank you, Debbie.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, we have to continue the awareness campaign, because while they are at the moment across the country and they're dumbing down campaign in order to get your votes to continue to
The crookedness
maintain
and
their
the
power
corruption.
and their crookedness, then we need to continue on the awareness campaign.
And people are becoming aware, it's slow, but they're
Mhm.
becoming aware. Look at
True.
that the other day when Mr. Sweet Pepper Nose Conjure went to Montego Bay.
The young people weren't happy.
Oh my goodness. You saw how he had that hunched over look, and like, he was like,
He
let
was
me hunch and
annoyed.
take the beat. Yes, let me hunch over and take the beatings on my back and pretend I can't hear them. Sir, them big old Dumbo ears that you have, you could not miss all of what the people were saying. You could not. And
Oh, he did not. He
I
did not
think
miss them.
hmm?
No, I'm saying he did not miss them. He heard
Oh
every
no.
word.
Oh no, he heard them. He heard them. That's why the next time he went, he made sure he went into a constituency that the people are bamboozled, and they will be bigging him up and lauding him up and, oh my good up, Prime Minister. Excuse me. What
Mhm.
has this better? What? All these people are talking about, oh, he's doing all these things. And okay, can give me one thing that he has done that was for the betterment of the entire country, that he's responsible for or he's held accountable to? What has he done?
Benefit his corporation and his personal life. I've got another guest in the studio. Good
Okay.
evening, B, and welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was me earlier who got cut off.
Yes.
Okay, so
Hey,
the
D.
question is, who owns Jamaica? Okay.
Yes.
The people who own Jamaica are the people who take care of Jamaica.
Explain further. Break
Okay,
it down for the audience.
so the diaspora is the people who own Jamaica. They take care of Jamaica like they love Jamaica. All the people who are fighting for Jamaica, they own Jamaica, but it's not in their hands. The people who control Jamaica, they don't care about Jamaica. That's number one. They don't care
Absolutely.
about Jamaica. They don't care about Jamaica, and they don't care about the people of Jamaica. They care about the resources of Jamaica. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So the people who care about Jamaica are the ones who are fighting for Jamaica. Anything that you care about, if you love somebody, you fight for that person.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a passion for something, you're going to put in your best effort into that. If you're drawing a painting, if you're a painter and you're painting something, you want to paint it to be the best. You want to do the best for anything that you do. That's the love. That's love. Love
Absolutely.
is what you show. Love is not what you talk. So all the people who are talking, they don't love Jamaica.
They
So
sure don't.
the people who own the Jamaica are the ones who are fighting to make Jamaica a better place. From the little baby, kid, right up to the 150, 160-year-old person. Those people who have love for Jamaica show the love for Jamaica by not littering the street, by not living bad with their neighbors, by doing all the things that show love for Jamaica. Now, for us to get back Jamaica to the people who own Jamaica, it's going to take a united effort. I came on the program today and I spoke about it. And it's a continuous thing. So for this year, our main objective is to make sure the diaspora is one big entity. So for all of you vloggers, as for you guys to get together in your Zoom meeting and say, we're just like, it started already, because when I look at Radigan program, that's like the model for everything. So everybody who love Jamaica is gonna fight for Jamaica. They're gonna, if it's an email address they put in, just to show we have 30,000 email right here. This represents 30,000 people. So if we say to these people, boycott this company, 30,000 people is gonna boycott this company. If it's $30,000 you need, nobody's putting anything more than $1, just to show that you are part of it. If you want to be part of the change, you're going to put in and get something out of it. This is what we have to stress. We're going to put in to get out, not put in not to get anything. Nobody invests in anything to fail.
Exactly. And so, you know, where Mr. Conjure come talking about we need to protect brand Jamaica. Sir,
we are the brand. We're the brand.
We are the brand, and you are the one that's messing up the brand.
So
and I know some people don't like the word brand. Okay, then let's use reputation. He is the one with his crookedness is messing up Jamaica's reputation. Us here in the diaspora that's fighting for it, for corruption to end, and for all of these corrupt politicians to be held accountable, are the ones that are trying to protect Jamaica's reputation and bring back Jamaica's reputation.
Okay, and these are the things we say, yes, now we know it. If we're gonna have a board, we're gonna have a board, and it's gonna be like a meeting board. And you're gonna have it in the background, and you say, this is our solutions. These are the problems. You write down all the problems. And then we say these are the solution. And anybody has any solution, you add more solutions, solutions, and the best solutions win. You should have a competition for that. Anybody who can come up with the solution to solve the problem, there's $100,000 reward.
No, we have to get that off the ground, because right now Will Rattigan has started the One Jamaica Legal Defense Fund, and
so you guys,
we're asking everybody. We're asking everybody to listen. You don't have to put in $100 or $500 or $1,000. Listen, if we have 1,000 people and each person put in $1.
That's all.
That's $1,000 in one sitting. Rattigan's shows pull in 2,500, 3,000 people every week. If each person on every live that he does put in $1,
that's all.
We'd be off and running.
So then we go to Radigan and say, we want to set up a next organization, and this is going to be the in-depth organization. It's gonna deep dive everybody. It's gonna get a file on everybody, if they're clean and if they're dirty. And then you're gonna create a next board. These are all the dirty people. These are all the dirty people. These are all the dirty people. We're gonna make commercials. These are all the dirty people. Just like what he said, shame them. This is their crime. These are the things that we can prove. So just imagine the things that we can't prove. So when you create these stuff is, it's not like it's gonna be in the hands of somebody. We're gonna create it and put it in one person's hand, because it's Radigan program is gonna have 20, 30,000 people, and he's gonna be running that. Wayne Lonesome is gonna have 30, 40,000 people. Those people is gonna have set up an agenda to say, okay, then fine. It's find the ideal spot in Jamaica where they're gonna build diaspora
Community
city.
center. Mm-hmm.
Diaspora city. You're gonna have the planners. They're gonna get the property, and they're gonna design a city for us where we have like old people home, all the stuff that's like it's gonna be a real city.
That's
Where you
what
have the
should be happening with this 748 acres of
yes.
lot of land that they handed over to the Chinese for them
Oh
to
my
build
gosh.
their own little city.
Oh my goodness.
That's what
Meanwhile,
should be happening for
for
us.
us.
Where the heck were all these Chinese when my great great grandmother and grandfather were slaves and getting beat down by the pinksters and work in the fields and blood, sweat, and tears? Their entire our entire generation of family bones are scattered all over Jamaica. Where the hell were the Chinese when all of this was going on?
And
And you're
these
just giving them away our ancestral land to them, and then come call us natives
so that's what I'm saying. So by the
squatters.
end of the year, we're supposed to have like a diaspora bank where there's like 50,000 people sign up. I'm not talking about
Mhm.
money bank, but like a bank to say these people are ready to go back home. You got
Yes,
to build a city for 40,000 people, or if it's five, I don't care. It's just a city to hold all the diaspora who wants to go back home.
to own a piece of the rock.
Yes, because I'm telling you, when I see Akon doing that, and then I see them giving all of that, I'm saying, wait a minute. So we could take one idea, right, and put it
Yes,
with this idea, and then
yes,
we come up with something. Because guess what? It's it's not impossible. Everything that we talk about, it's
it's very
possibilities.
possible.
We
Yes.
don't talk about impossibilities because I can't fly unless I'm a pilot or if I pay my plane ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So I am
Right.
not talking about impossibility. I'm saying you guys have the platform. You guys just start saying, look, this is what it's going to be. We're going to have the meeting with all of us YouTubers because this is how we're supposed to get together. We're not supposed to be tearing down each other. We're
Each
supposed to
other.
build up
Nope.
each other's
Yep.
So if I come on at 9 o'clock, you come on at 10 o'clock. You come on at 10 o'clock, he come on at 11. So all of
Mm-hmm.
us is just going to click over to everybody and we're going to be on one page, a
Yes.
different platform, but the
Mm-hmm.
same page, the same mind fluidity because we're flowing. We're not
But
mind in nothing.
there's lots of bloggers and vloggers out there that don't care about that. All they
Well,
care
and
about is
okay, so you're
growing and building their page and getting money from it and filling their pockets,
okay,
which
but
is
I'm
just
saying,
like the corrupt government. So,
okay, so
the ones that are not like that, yes, I
and
understand. Yes,
that's what
we
I'm
should
saying
all
though.
get together.
We keep on looking at the people who are doing wrong. We need to find the people who are doing right.
Exactly.
We need to
Build our
stop saying
own.
they're doing bad. We don't
Mhm.
care. We need to start setting good examples for the people who need good examples.
Mhm.
If there's
Build
no
our
good
own Black Wall
examples,
Street.
yes.
Mhm.
And I'm saying, okay, we had it before. Why can't we do it again?
Right. Because we are way more advanced than those folks were back
And
then.
this exactly,
And we are not scared of not name so.
miss. And these are all the things I'm saying. We're sitting here, right? And we're not writing anything down. We're not writing anything down to what they call brainstorm.
Right.
Brain fluidity. We need to have these. Okay, we're gonna have a meeting. You can jump on this, and this is a meeting. And everybody who's interested, not the people who say, "Oh, I've been here this before. Oh, we can't bother. Oh, because
Mm,
you look, anybody that you carry is gonna become dead weight.
right.
So you can only take the people who want to come along.
Who really and truly want and need and see the reason for change and for
Yes.
better.
So when we talk, these are the people we're looking for. DM me, hit up my Instagram. Like all of these stuff, you guys start networking because I'm telling you, we are the real intelligent, not the AI. AI copied us.
Right. Right.
So if we're better than AI,
And,
why
s-
can't we prove that we are better than AI?
and somebody created AI It
Exactly. And
didn't
all
just
they
poof
did,
come out the air.
all
Somebody
they
created it.
exactly. And all they did was take all of our information and put it in
Mm-hmm.
one spot.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So when I was talking to Wayne today, when I came on the program, it's the first time I've been on this program was today. And I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
look, all you have to do is take out the Marcus Garvey book and say, look, here we go. If anybody is interested, this is the path that we're going. We need to be independent,
Truly independent. Truly
truly
independent.
independent. We need to start planting our own food. If you're not a dirty person, I can't talk to you. That means you're
Exactly.
artificial. You need to get your hands in the dirt, plant one seed, two seed. If it
Get
dies, then you
some
plant
dirt
two
under your
more.
fingernail. Get some dirt under your fingernail.
Yes. So part of my program, I have my own YouTube channel, and part of it is
Mm-hmm.
plant, repeat, repeat. Because you see, in the winter time, in the winter time, I said it. I plant my seeds in the winter time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the summertime, I put them on my balcony. And how much tomatoes I have, I share with my neighbors. People come, I'm just giving away tomato. Here, here,
Of
here.
course.
Right now, I can show you tomatoes from my freezer. People
Yeah.
are telling me, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed because I have so much property and I don't know what to do with it. Meanwhile, I'm
Look
saying,
here.
it's, look,
I have a patio because I'm in a condo and I have a patio and I don't have much space. On my
so,
patio right now is a bucket with um, two pumpkin plants. I have sweet pepper. I have the mini tomatoes. I have ginger. I have turmeric. I have a gigantic pot of lemongrass. You know, that's the fancy name for it. Fever grass.
tell them fever grass, I thought about lemongrass.
Fever grass.
But anyways,
I have.
I just got some of that lemongrass, and I have them in water for them to start catch root,
Mhm.
then I can plant them, right? So these are the things that I want to show on my channel. It's not my channel is it's the same as my title, The Easy
Yes.
Jerk World, because again it's about it's so much more than just we're so much more. It's hard to explain how much more we have to create. We're just it's we're not even growing. We're not growing.
No, we're
We're
not.
just stagnant. Most of the YouTube, it's all mix up. I hate you and you hate
Oh
nothing.
yeah, yeah. I got time for all that.
How,
Listen.
how
I
okay,
had subscribed to so many different channels, and once I get on there and I see what they're all about, yeah, okay, later for you. Boom.
okay,
If
and
I
I'm
want
saying, why do we have
mindless viewing, I go watch some soap opera or something.
and that's what I'm trying to show you with our energy. We're not putting it in the direction it's supposed to be. Our energy is supposed to help us grow so we can plant our energy in the younger ones so the younger ones can
And
grow and plant
mhm, and keep it
and
going for
and keep
generations
it.
to come.
So when I'm talking about these things, it's what I'm living. I'm not telling
Hmm.
anybody, well, you should do this and you should. No, I'm saying what I am saying is what I'm living. And if you're not living what you're saying, that means which one of them is real?
Hmm. Right.
So
Exactly.
all of these things we gotta look at to say, look, we need this much people, we need this much finance, we just need to be smart. We need to be smart
Absolutely.
again. My hashtag, smart people are cool. Once
Smart people
everybody
are
start put,
cool.
this is our hashtag. All the smart people, don't be shy, don't be afraid. It's not a curse for you to be smart. It's more for you to be smart. You can educate other people. Other people after those people, you can use one lesson and teach 500 people. Did you know that? So it's okay for us to be smart. It's cool to be smart. It's not a disease if you're smart. If you're dumb, it's your choice because
You
you
don't want
can
to
learn
learn.
how to be
Hmm.
smart.
Mm-hmm. And
So all of these,
don't fall under the smart people are nerds
and
bullying.
that's a derogatory term. Smart people are educated. When they call
Absolutely.
when they call you nerd, they're saying they're stupid. Anybody who call the next person a nerd is an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I
So
used to
when
tell
I
my kids when they were in school, look here, learn everything you possibly can. Suck up everything like a sponge.
like a
I don't care
sponge,
if the teacher can't stand you, because I've had altercation with teachers that talk down to my kids in their class, telling them they're not going to amount to anything. Oh, Lord, that thing burnt my behind so bad. I went in that school and I talked to that principal and I said, look here, either she go or you go, but somebody leaving here, and it ain't gonna be my child leaving out of that class. I was like, how dare she bring her prejudice into the classroom and spewing her venom on the kids that she's supposed to be teaching. Your personal feelings have no business in the classroom.
and that's true.
So yeah,
And that's many people's biggest problem. It's their personal feelings.
right.
If your grandparents vote for this party, right? And you believe that this party is the only party, that's your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
your feelings.
And times and things have changed so much since your grandparents voted, if they voted, that
Exactly.
you cannot be a laborite family or a PNP family. That is just makes no sense, because times have changed so much. Look, times have changed in the last 4 years. Look at what COVID did to us.
And
You
that's the next thing.
cannot, you
That's the next
cannot
thing, like
continue to keep thinking the way your grandparents did. My granny born, me born laborite. How the hell can you be
yeah,
born a
and
laborite or PNP? Excuse me. Did you come out of some green capsule or some orange capsule and you're just born a laborite or born a PNP?
and
Come
that's what
on.
you're born a Jamaican. You're born a
Hello. Thank
and
you.
this is like when you go into like a French speaking restaurant
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's speaking French and you're
French,
sitting there.
and you're sitting there just looking like, what are they saying? Are they talking about me?
Exactly. So when they talk about two parties, it's only them speaking that everybody in the world look at us as Jamaicans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody sees us as Jamaicans.
You go, listen, I'm here in Florida. You think I walk out in the street and I start talking and somebody will say, oh, where are you from? I hear an accent. And I'm like, you hear an accent? I don't have an accent. There you go. Yes, you do. And I'm going to say, well, I'm from Jamaica. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm a laborite. Oh, I'm a
Yes.
PNP.
Yeah.
And they look at you like you have 10 heads, like, oh, what is
Just
that?
like when you go in the French restaurant and they're speaking
Right.
French and you can't, because they don't matter about that. It's when you go inside, you see these people. And the thing about it is, people, these politicians, they tell them we're friends.
Mm-hmm.
We are friends. They come out and they say it, but meanwhile you're still fighting each other. Why are you fighting somebody when the people that you're fighting over are friends? They're telling you.
Exactly. They're all friends.
That's the part I can't get over. That's the part that kills me.
Right.
These people are literally telling you the truth, and you're not even believing the people who are telling you the truth.
Look how many times, Andrew. Look how many times Andrew come in conference and meet and I say, my friend over there, Mark. Yeah. He's my friend.
So how can you guys ignore that part of the conversation? And that's the only honest thing that he says all day, all night.
Because people don't believe him. He lies so much. People don't believe him and thinking he's joking. No, he's not joking. Their kids probably go to the same school.
But the things that they're supposed to be laughing about, they don't laugh about it. They take it serious.
Right.
Look, you see the Ratigan program last week? That was the best one they ever did.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Man, I was laughing so hard. I was laughing because just the way they, they were pretending to be, just the way they didn't even sound like real. You understand? And these are the
I
people
was
that,
there for it.
man, that's what I'm saying. These are the people that they'll kill each other over. When you ask these people a question, they get upset, right?
But look, okay. The call to action movement. Look at the firestorm that one little old letter written, signed by Dr. Francis. Look at the firestorm it caused. And all they did was step in an ant's nest because they had nothing to come back with as
And that's the
far as
thing.
the
And that's it.
information that was
Oh my
the
goodness.
issues that
It's like people never
was
saw
written
that.
about.
People never saw that. They
I was
they they
like,
said everything except what they're supposed to say.
exactly.
We're sorry.
This idiot man, Mr. Terry Longtongue, came out and talking about he's using our logo without our
Hello.
permission. Excuse me, a logo that you go on Google and find the exact same logo and change the color and add to it and use it.
But you see,
That's the
now,
issue you have with the letter, the
okay.
logo.
So you see, before, right? When I used to listen to these people speak, they would speak and they throw like a big word in the sentence that has nothing to do with the sentence, right?
Right.
And everybody is, wow, that sounds good.
Word
Now,
salad. Word
yes,
salad.
now people are communicating, people are dissecting their conversation, everything. So they
Exactly.
have to be careful of what they're saying.
Yeah.
So
That Mr. Crime Drew came and said that Jamaica doesn't have a crime problem. It has a disease of violence. Okay, so
okay.
you now you're a doctor. Okay, then we'll come up with a cure for the violence then, sir.
And that's the thing about it though. These people are supposed to come up with solutions. This is why they're in office, to come up with solutions.
And they don't realize that we, the people that voted them into office, are their employers. They work for us, not the other way around.
So
And
now,
we're just short-sighted and not holding these crooks accountable and putting their feet to the fire and make them do what they're supposed to do for us, for the betterment of all of us. Not just your little rich friends round the corner up at Stony Hill or up at Beverly Hills or wherever. Everybody.
Everybody. This is what I'm saying though. Just like when they come on the program, right? Just to be part of the program, all you have to do is just press the like button.
Right.
That's all you have to do. But you have to give out instruction to actually tell them, look, to be part of it, all you have to do is one thing. We're not asking for much. We're not asking for much. All you guys have to do is do your part. So if you need 10,000 people to do this vote, 10,000 people, you see they had the petition going out for the beach, right?
Right.
They had a petition going about the
Blue
beach, and I
Lagoon?
was, pardon me?
Blue Lagoon?
Yeah, no, not just Blue Lagoon. It's about all the beaches.
Oh, I have not seen that one.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I have it it's on my Instagram, and I've been sharing it. But the amount of people to just press like, you can do it anonymously. You don't even have to put your name on it.
Exactly.
And it says it need like 10,000 or 20,000, and I'm sending it out, and I go and I check and I go, holy man, not even a share. You guys don't just share it. Why is it so hard for us to be collective? Why is it so hard for us to understand that the main goal is for all of us to be happy in our own space?
Do you have the link that you can drop in the chat? Or send it to my Instagram. Just look for me on the Debbie Wait, I forgot what I am on Instagram. DJ.
Okay, you can find me anywhere.
Okay, I'll look for you on Instagram because I know yours.
This is my company. The Easy Jerk.
Okay.
It's a sodium-free sauce company. I make sodium-free sauces, right?
Oh, nice.
Okay, so when I
I
created
look
my
for you.
company, I was upset with every time I buy a jerk sauce, it was so salty I couldn't,
Mm,
right? So one day I got so pissed off I made my own. I
there
started
you
giving it
go.
to my friends and they started liking it. And so you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Word.
product. So when I had a problem, I solved it. I solved it and turned it into a company. It's
Mm-hmm.
not because it's not, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
just the fact that I had a problem and I create a solution for my problem
Mm-hmm. Yes.
just shows that any problem, there's a solution for it.
Absolutely.
All we have to do is come together, write down the problem, brainstorm, how do we solve this problem? Use all the method without hurting anybody, cheating anybody.
No, because we're doing it for good and we're doing it for better.
Exactly.
Why would something you're doing for good and that's for the better of everybody? Why would that hurt somebody
Because
unless you don't want it to happen?
there you go.
Unless you don't want it to happen, then
It's
you'll be all upset, all in your feelings, and
yes. So
thinking that
this is
somebody's trying to do you wrong and all this other nonsense.
why I say it. Just create it so the people who want to be in it, they're gonna join it, even if it's a WhatsApp group, and then you create a next WhatsApp group when that's
Mm-hmm.
full, and all of these groups have the same goal. Everybody who's in this group knows the goal. Anybody
Right.
who comes in and don't understand the goal and you guys explain it to
Mm-hmm.
them and they don't understand, that means they don't want to be part of it.
Right. We're all on the same page. One agenda.
One agenda. So
Mm-hmm.
once we put it together, our mind together, we are original intelligent, not artificial intelligent,
Right.
original,
Exactly.
organic. Say it, organic. Because everything was organic before they create chemical
Exactly.
everything and then sell us organic again. Wait a minute. Wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute.
They fill it up with chemicals and call it organic. That's like people trying to tell us that like farm raised salmon is better than wild caught. Excuse me? Farm raised salmon, all the salmon are in a doggone dish and they pooping and eating their own poop. They don't drain the water and put fresh water in it. It's the same stale, nasty, poopy water.
Look, all you have to
Wild
do
caught
is
salmon, the salmon is jumping upstream. You get you a net and you catch that thing out of the natural born ocean.
if you go to there's certain stores that sell like fresh fish and stuff like those. All you have to do is just go in one of those and then you'll see.
No, listen. I stop buying fresh fish. I go and I get fish from my friend that's a fisherman, cause those somebody told me a long time ago and I never believed them, and it's just recently it's recalling, I'm recalling the memory. Say all them fish you see in the supermarket, in the fish department, that they look so fresh and nice and pink and beautiful, and they fill them up with embalming fluid so they could look fresh, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, all of those stuff.
Yeah.
Look, all
And
we
when you
need to
cook
do.
them, they taste. When you cook a fish that you buy in the store versus one that you catch out the ocean, night
You
and
can
day,
tell the difference.
night and day.
I'm telling you, Carlos was talking about it with what's it called, them chicken that run around in Jamaica.
Oh yes.
Come on,
Mm-hmm.
fold. Come on, fold.
Come on, full.
Yes. That's what he was
Versus.
talking about today. These chicken, they grow like 3 weeks and they're ready
Mm-hmm.
for eat because they're filled with chemical.
No, no. That's what I
Guys,
said to him. I said that.
can I play a 4-minute videos for you? Then we continue.
Yes, sir.
They are trying their best to limit the people of the earth. Did you know that there was a policy in America, a policy to to depopulate the third world? How does that affect Jamaica? How does that affect the Caribbean? Did you know that Henry Kissinger wrote the memo that became policy, and they said they were going to use food as a weapon, and they sent that policy to the Department of Agriculture, to the Department of Defense, to the Department of CIA intelligence. So they're all in the world of the third world, setting the third world up for internal strife and revolution and death. Where does your food come from? Why does Jamaica owe billions of dollars for the importation of food when you could grow it yourself? But they grow it 1,000 miles away, and they cannot pick it after it is ripe. They have to pick it before it's ripe. Then they ripen it with chemical processes, wax it, color it, and you eating it because it looks good in the supermarket. And now you're dying of all these different cancers. Talk to me. They are killing us off. AIDS is a biological weapon. Ebola is a biological weapon. I read recently, I don't know the truth, but it has been patented. If you can patent a virus, that means somebody made it. It ain't a natural thing. They have to depopulate the earth by 2 to 3 billion people. And you and I are in the crosshairs of the depopulation thrust of the policies of the American government. Where do your vaccines come from? If you're not getting them from Cuba, you need to look at them carefully. Please listen. You're vaccinating your children, but you don't know what's in the vial that they're putting in your children's arm. All of a sudden, they're suffering from autism. Then they tell you, no, there's no connection between the vaccine and autism. Yeah, tell that to somebody else. See, this is the enemy. The same enemy that put smallpox in blankets to the Native Americans to kill them off. The same enemy that was involved in the Tuskegee experiment to fill black men with syphilis and give them the freedom to cohabit with black women.
Continue the discussion, guys.
Yes, sir.
That's
This is exactly why we need to grow
That's it
what
right
we
there.
eat and eat what we grow.
That's
Can you
it.
hear me? Mm-hmm. Exactly why we need
That's
to
why we have to
grow what
protect
we
ourselves.
eat and eat what we grow. Yep,
Have to start caring again.
Can you hear me?
absolutely. Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you.
B, are you
All I
hearing
hear
me?
is money, 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 money.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear Wendy?
B, if you're not hearing, exit the studio and come back in.
Okay.
B,
Yep.
can you hear me?
Say something, D.
Can you hear me?
I
Okay, there
can
you
hear you
go.
now. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can. He's not
No?
hearing us.
Yes?
We can
Can you
hear
hear?
you. He's not hearing us.
Oh, I
My
think I have
traffic
to leave and
lockdown,
come back.
D. My traffic lockdown, D.
B, can you come back into the studio, please? He will come back in. My battery is going dead on my TikTok live.
Plug it up. Plug it up. Give it some juice.
I've just plugged in the put the charger on it.
Yeah, but until D gets back, like I was saying, that's exactly the reason why we have to grow what we eat.
Can you hear us, B?
Yes, sorry guys.
Okay, there you go.
So whenever you guys play a video, I think I get cut out.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay,
D, you don't have Starlink.
that's exactly what we're talking about. This is how we used to be, you know. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
first we used to have community. Remember, we used to have community. Community, I talked to my nephew about this. Community starts in your
Mm-hmm.
house.
Right.
Responsibility starts in your house, right? Which means you have to take out the garbage if that's your job. If you have to clean the bathroom or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
that's your responsibility in the house. Respect starts in the house. All of these stuff starts in the house. Once you come out, leave your house, these stuff you carry with you.
You carry it with you.
You
It's
can't
called
leave
home
your
training.
respect at you can't leave your manners at home. When
It's
I was
called
growing
home
up,
training.
I used to
Mm-hmm.
hear manners carry you go abroad, right?
Right. Right.
But what happened to it? Why is it missing?
We dash it with piece by piece as we go along, as the next generation come in.
Okay, and this is what I'm saying though. Our
Mm-hmm.
practice, we stop practicing the stuff that used to be great for us. It's our
Because
practice.
our village and our community is gone.
Or is it that we have become too westernized?
Yes, that's part of
Yeah.
it. That's part of it, but that's not everything because you see, you're still supposed to be who you are. Everywhere
Mm-hmm.
we go, we're still Jamaicans. That can't change. If you have an American
Is it,
passport,
are we carrying the name or the culture?
and that's it, there you go.
Right.
So since we're still Jamaicans, we still supposed to have our culture.
Culture from when our granny and great granny was raising us.
That's our culture.
Mm-hmm.
When they say race, right, that means we're competing against each other.
Right.
Culture is something that we carry with us. We nurture it. So if it's something we already have, it's the practice of the things that we have. We stop practicing to be good Jamaicans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I said it before, right? We've become, since we follow fashion, bad mind, everybody want to be bad mind. If you know bad mind, something wrong with you.
Right. And that's just crazy.
Exactly. Thank
That is
you.
absolutely crazy.
So when we forget our practice of good, we get dissipated. No meaning. So if it's a programs, if tonight is one topic and next week, even I said it before, simple problem solving. Put up a problem on
Mm-hmm.
the board just to understand that we're supposed to solve problems.
And everybody have a different idea, and we work it down, work it down, work it down till we come down to 2 to 3, then to 2, then to 1 solution.
Exactly.
Because
So
if you have 50 people in a group, you're gonna have 50 different ideas and thoughts. And we just
exactly.
work it through. Just work it through.
We used to be problem solvers. Why do you think we had the motto? Jamaica, no problem. Why? We
Mhm.
were problem solvers.
Right, right. When was the last time anybody heard that little ditty? Jamaica, no problem. When was the
You see?
last time we heard that?
And that's what we said today. So let's bring it back. Let's bring back Jamaica, no problem. What are you
Mhm.
doing? You're solving the problem. Let's
We
ask
solving the problem. No problem, man. No problem.
let's solve the problem. Let's get hashtag no problem.
No problem. Look, when you go to Jamaica to visit, you go to the beach, you want something from a vendor. No problem, man. Now you
No problem.
go. Now you go. Can you get me some? Yeah, it's gonna cost you.
No,
It's
hold
gonna
on.
cost you. Or you get how much you have to pay for it, or how much you're willing to pay for it. We're like, what?
I, what the,
Right.
huh? When did we become this?
Mm-hmm.
Me nah no change for that. Go and go get the change and bring it come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Our customer service has gone down the toilet. Listen, oh my God. When I say customer service has gone in the toilet, customer service has gone in the toilet. I've experienced bad customer service. And me here, bad customer service. Listen, I don't play no games with nobody, you know. I find out everybody have a boss. Everybody have a boss. And I don't get what I want that I should get when I come to you as a customer. I don't bother with you, you know. It's all right. Me not going to your supervisor. I am going directly to the top. I'm finding out who is the owner and the CEO. Me go and find their name, them address, them phone number, their email address, and I'm going on a campaign. I don't play games. In
Because
Jamaica, people, you
it's
call an office, you have an issue or you have question, and you call the office for whatever reason. And the way sometimes if they answer the phone, the way they answer the phone is like saying you call to beg them something. And
so
you were the 10th person to call to beg them that same thing in the last 5 minutes. So now they're tired of you. And
so
you're like,
let's
wait a minute. Am my tax dollars not paying your salary? You know, and when they get tired of you now and you keep asking questions to get to what you need, them get tired and they hang up the phone. And when they hang up the phone and you call back, them not answer the phone. And if
so
they
we're
answer the
reaching out.
phone and they realize, say, you're the same one they just hung up on, they'll hang up again.
Yo, you think I joke? So we need to be better people. Look, we need to be better people. First of all, we need to treat each other better, you know. We need
Absolutely.
to we need to
Absolutely.
we need to treat each other better. We have to have manners and respect to each other.
That our stock statement, manners and respect, has lost its strength in
Listen, I'm telling
customer service. It
I'm
really
telling you.
has.
Look, even in the songs, they put the SYM in it. That has nothing to do with the song. They'll just put it in there just to say SYM.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, okay, a couple of days ago, I
You
was
know,
listening
let
to
me tell
some.
you something. I wish somebody would say that to me. We were having a spirited discussion on Facebook about the con man in the OPM, and we're talking, and this particular person was just gung ho the green, and I kept saying, but you're talking as if you know this man personally. Well, is my good up prime minister. I understand that. And you're a fan. You're a big cheerleader. But please tell me
Can
one
hear
thing that
you all, but I don't.
your good up prime minister has done that benefits you, your whole family, your whole community, village, town, whatever. And the person went on a rant and a rampage and was just a cussing and a cussing. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want Facebook to put me in Facebook jail. So I'm just gonna pull out my master's degree dictionary out of my head and just let them know how stupid and silly they sound. I mean, the lady, it was a lady. So I finally said, you know what? Just to call her stupid, I said, wisdom has been chasing you, but you've been extremely fast. You've been outrunning it. And that ended the conversation because she didn't have anything to come back with. Nothing. Are you there? What happened?
Debbie,
There you go.
can you hear me?
I can.
Can you hear me, B? B? What happened? My computer froze and I got kicked out of the system. So
Oh.
I had to refresh and come back in.
Mm-hmm.
B, if you're hearing me, can you exit the studio and come back in? Yeah, he's exited. Continue,
Yeah.
Debbie, while I get my stuff back
I don't
in
know
studio.
how far I got when I was talking about my little tete-a-tete with somebody on Facebook. Yeah, but it was an article in the Gleaner, I think it was. And they were talking about Mr. Conjure. And this lady was just, anybody that said anything against him, she was just attacking and attacking and attacking. And I said to her, I said, you know, you seem like you're fighting awfully, doing a lot of fighting for Conjure. I didn't call his name. I said Conjure.
Mm-hmm.
The Conjure Coleman is the most corrupt, crooked crime line minister in all of Jamaica history. And she, I think that I mashed her corn when I said that. I said, you really sound like a huge cheerleader for this man. Does he know you? Does he know your family? She's like, him don't have to know me. I'm a good up prime minister. And I was like, okay, all right. So tell me 5 things that your good up prime minister has done for the country as a whole, not just you or your family, just everybody in general. May I have to tell you nothing? His work speaks for itself. I said, exactly right. That's why I'm asking you. I said, don't even have to give me 5 things. Just give me one thing that this man has done for the good of the country, for all the poor people them are living in them zinc fence house, or them zinc house, or them board house, or for people that live in concrete house, but them live on the gully side, or for anybody. Even I said, even for the rich folks from up in a Beverly Hills or him neighbors. Tell me one thing he has done that everybody on the island has benefited from. And she went on a tirade and a rampage, and I was like, you know what? I don't want Facebook to put me in jail, so let me just take time with her. And I finally said, after all that time, after all that rant and rave, I mean, the lady even tell me for which part me for go zing up and pop off my head and which part me might go and all of this stuff. I just looked at her and said,
B, that message on the screen is for you, B. B, can you hear me?
Yeah.
That message on the screen is for you. If you have the link, send it to me so I can pin it in the chat.
That's for the to sign the paper, right?
the petition?
Yeah.
No. Somebody was saying, can you please put your link in the chat? My
Oh,
daughter lives
for
in
your sauce.
Florida. I would love her to get some sauce and send to me in London.
What?
So somebody
Oh,
wants
so
to
my
purchase some.
website. You
Links,
can go
baby,
on my,
links. Come on, D.
okay,
Links.
so my website is
No, send me the link to your website. Take WhatsApp it to me so I can pin it.
look, and I tried to call you today twice, send you a message on WhatsApp, and I couldn't find you.
Did you store the number?
Yes, of course.
I'm there, man.
Okay, look. This
Sometimes
is
people
this.
always tell me I'm hard to find on WhatsApp anyway, but I'm there.
Okay, that's my website.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
You put it in the chat?
Yeah.
Put it in the chat so I
So
can pin
I have some T-shirts. I told you, man, I've been putting my business together, but it's just because Corona shut down everything. Things been slow. But I'm telling you, I believe in you have to believe in yourself, and nobody believes in themselves like Jamaicans. Even when them wrong, them believe in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, man, we're great people. We just have to be great people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in us to be great people. It's in us to be leaders. That's why I'm gonna say I don't want nobody to follow me on Instagram if they can't be leaders. Because look, sometimes the person who is in front, they're leading you in the wrong direction. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm leading in fire, right? And you're following me, you can say, hey, wait a minute, you're leading me in fire. I'm gonna look at you and say, okay, then give me a better direction to go. Because if I'm a true leader, I must be able to take I must be able to listen to the people around me. It's not just me just saying, well, I know the way, so I'm leading the way. So I'm gonna
Right.
ask, do you have a better way? We could take this route. Okay, we'll take this route. Why we take this route? Because it's water. We have stand a better chance in water than in
Mm-hmm.
fire. More than
Right.
more than I'm going in the fire and I look at you and I say, okay, then show me the direction that you want to go in. And you're saying, so
Mm-hmm.
what are you asking me for? You're the leader. You're supposed to do. You got to. No. Those are
We're
not.
all leaders. We
Those
all
are
can be
not
leaders.
exactly. So everything that I'm putting together, I'm gonna. It's for internet. It's gonna be academy in 5 years. That's what my plan is, to have academy, and it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be teachers and students together. It's gonna be the teachers teaching the students and the student, because there's no when they said that the students, I mean the children are the future, nobody's listened to the students. Nobody, the teachers are just teaching. Do it my way. This is the way I do it, and that's no. Because the same thing, we have 20 different ideas. We have to go through the 20 different ideas more than just choosing one idea and say that's the idea. So everything that
Absolutely.
I always look at is the betterment of myself first, because if I'm not good, that means I'm bad.
Exactly.
So
And
if I'm
a
bad,
really good teacher can pull stuff out of a student that they didn't know was in them. A
exactly.
really good teacher can do that.
So
No, look.
everything that I'm going through is me understanding, look, the lessons, the lessons that was given to us, it's always gonna be there once you remember and practice. Because it doesn't make sense. I say, I know. But when it comes to, okay, I know the washroom is right there, but then I spit on the floor.
Hmm.
Do I know the washroom is there if I spit on the floor?
You do, but you're just being lazy.
No, I don't know. Because if I know, I would do what I know. Do
True.
what you know.
Very
So
true.
if somebody comes and say, the washroom is right there and you spit on the floor, I know. You don't know.
You
Because if you
couldn't know.
know, you
You couldn't
would.
know.
Exactly. Now I'm telling you that the washroom is there, so you don't do it next time.
Mm-hmm.
Look, many people think that we're supposed to think when it's necessary for us to think. Meanwhile, we are supposed to be thinking all the time.
24/7.
This is how
24/7.
this is how we are supposed to be. If we don't practice good practice, we're going to end up bad practice and pretend like we know when we don't know.
Don't know. We really and truly just need to get back to our roots. We really and truly need to.
And this is how we need to do it. We need to talk about it, right? Get people together to hear it and know this is how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be great people.
And we are great people. We just have to practice it.
Thank you very much.
We are great people. We just have to practice it. We can't, no, we can't bother. We're not supposed to bother with the, like on the conjure say, bad mind. Who in the hell? What doggone leader speaks to their citizens like that?
And
Them bad mind you. Excuse me, sir.
That's one of the dumb. This is what I'm trying to show you. It's like we say things that's not even real. We love the fixing thing them. Well, you can't actually say a bad mind when it's a weak-minded person. It's weak mind.
He could have said it so much better by saying they envy you.
Exactly.
If he was any kind of educated man and didn't buy his whatever, he would have said envy. Just like how him splashing around brand Jamaica. Listen, sir.
Condescending when he says stuff like that. Oh, me put on my Clarks, so the idiot them go jump up. Oh, we Clarks. There's no Clarks store in Jamaica. Is there a Clarks store in Jamaica?
I doubt that.
So
and
all of these stuff,
there is a store that sells Clarks in Jamaica, it's probably in the hotel gift shop.
And these are the things we're not looking at, though. We're not seeing it. It's just going by our eyes, and we're not seeing what we're supposed to be seeing. We're not seeing ourselves as good people. We're not seeing ourselves as great people. So we don't practice it.
Right. And the people that come up with, oh my God, if it's one statement I hate, I saw the thing said. Excuse me. Hello.
Yes, yeah. That
you can change it. It doesn't have to be set that way.
That's one of these are the stuff that we put in our.
Oh my God.
We put it in our when we talk. So you know what I'm saying. We talk, like it's normal to say these stuff. We
ridiculous.
Make it normal.
Ridiculous.
When it's just idiots saying these stuff. Look at the person who say the stuff that they say, and you can see this person is an idiot. You guys supposed to laugh at these people.
Them bad mind you, sir, Mr. Man. You are the Prime Minister. You don't speak like that.
You don't speak like
they
that.
Bad mind you, and then throw poison on you. What?
Gosh, my goodness, man.
Oh my God! If Dunce was a person, hello.
So this is why they love the culture of dunce, because once everybody's an idiot, nobody's gonna look and
ask any questions. Nobody is gonna ask any questions. You gone again, D?
Oh. There's always gonna be a smart person in the crowd. Why can't it be you?
Exactly.
There's always gonna be a smart person in the group. Why can't it be you and you and you and you? Why can't we be smart? Practice smart. It's free.
It is absolutely free.
Just like the like button, it's free.
Just like the like button.
And if you press the like button, it shows that you like yourself. That's number one. Because people who do not like anything would never. It doesn't matter how nice the program is. It doesn't matter how informative, how much you're learning. They would never press the like button.
No, you have people like that now. You absolutely have people like that. They'll come and they'll sit and they'll absorb all the content and learn a lot and interact And then when you say, can you just click the like button? That's all we ask. If you click that
That's
like
all.
button. No, I ain't bothering. I saw one lady one time when I don't remember if it was on this platform or if it was on Carlos's platform, and I said, I remember which one I was on. I said, family, just click the like button, like up the live, like up the live. This woman came back and talked about, shouldn't we wait until the end to see if we like everything? Oh, I wanted to tell her something so bad. I wanted to tell her something so bad. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to use my little stock statement and tell her, wisdom has been chasing you, but you've always been too fast. And left it at that. I was like, what?
That's what
Why
I'm
are you
talking
here?
about. That's what I'm trying to show you, though. Sometimes it doesn't take much for us to get involved in any little thing, but some people just don't like themselves to like anything.
Just like how Conjure don't like himself. That's why I'm hate poor people. So the man vex say he was born poor. That's why I'm a thief so much, In vex say he was born poor and he's got a whole lot of self-hate going on. But sir,
Well,
your self-hate have nothing to do with us citizens. It have to do with your ma and your pa. Take up your
look,
problems with them. Don't take it
you
out on poor people.
you guys might even looking at it the wrong way. Maybe he's upset that he's not poor anymore because all the problem that he's having with all the money he has.
No,
Let me play.
man.
Let me play this for you.
I love the poor, but I hate poverty. You understand what I mean? So after I have done my soul searching about what I need to do for my country, what was the mission? The mission was to move Jamaicans from poor thinking, poor way of life, move Jamaicans from poverty to prosperity.
The Prime Minister said he loves
That's
the
it right
poor,
there.
but he hates
Hates poverty. Okay, there you go. Telling on himself right there. I'll tell you.
B. Oh, B, can you hear me? Can you hear me, B? Oh, he's gonna have to go out
It's
and come
D.
back.
It's D.
I think it's BEE is the name. Or am I
No,
blind?
D.
Oh no, I'm referring to him as the name that he put in the
Oh,
he
in
come
the
on
chat.
stream with. Yeah. Your camera is on. B. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so let me share something. So the B is part of my t-shirt collections, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
it's called B Unlimited. So the logo is 6 fingers. When you put your mind to anything, you get an extra finger. When you put your hands to anything, our hands, this all of this stuff I keep on talking about, because it's me growing up and seeing these stuff with my eyes, seeing when I'm a little bit, the brother ride the one-wheel bicycle, like it have 2 wheel, right?
Mm-hmm.
The things that I see Jamaicans do growing up as a kid, we were talent. We had talent coming out of our talent. You understand that?
We still do, honey. It's just that it's not being nurtured and pushed.
Okay, so all
Because
of these stuff,
government busy dumbing everybody down. Because they don't
exactly.
want They don't want people smart and smart enough to ask questions.
So all of these stuff, I'm telling you, all of these stuff, I know they exist. I don't talk about impossibilities. Me personally, I cannot just come out there and tell you something that's not true. So I talk about possibilities.
But you know what? Everything we talk about is possible.
And that's the thing
Everything
about
we
it.
talk about is possible.
And this is why I so believe in us getting together, knowing that the diaspora has all the brains, all the doctors, all the lawyers. Look, I'm sure if whoever is listening to the program and have the money to fund whatever you guys can fund, one person can do that. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
As long as we have all, like I'm saying, set up everything like Rattigan is the lawyer. Him set up. He was on Make We Talk TV a couple of
Mm-hmm.
nights ago, and on the next panel, and he was talking about setting up like funds and tax and all of those stuff, right?
Right.
No.
You're gone again?
If we have all the brains and everything, right? All we have to do is connect together, right? It's not. It's not. I'm saying I'm on a 5-year plan for me. So you could say in 3 years, this is what we want to accomplish. I keep on saying it. By the end of the year, we're supposed to have certain things accomplished. All the bloggers who are for Jamaica, they're gonna all link up, and they're gonna have like when they have their live and everything that you guys set up by the end of the year, that should be smooth, right?
Exactly.
By the end of the year, you guys should have an idea where you guys want to build the diaspora in Jamaica, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys should have a couple of people working on designing the city, or people can send in plan or they want the city to do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Look, they're giving these people the property in Jamaica to do the same thing.
The same exact thing.
Only thing, it's not for us.
Not exactly. Imagine foreigners from another whole other country across the continent coming and building their own little city on our island.
Meanwhile, we can't go back home.
We can't,
become
first of all,
outcasts.
we can't go back home, and we couldn't go to their country to own a box of pencils, much less
That's the
property.
next thing. That's the next thing. That's the next thing. That's
We
the
couldn't
next
go to their country. Can we go to China without a visa? Well, they can come to Jamaica without a visa. Can we leave Jamaica and go to China without a visa? I'm gonna have to look that up.
Is there a little Jamaica in China? That's what you gotta Google.
There you go. There you go.
So all of these stuff, I'm saying, it's once we get all of these stuff by the end of the year, we have a plan. Then it goes into the second year. What do we want to accomplish the second year? What do you want to accomplish in the third year?
That would be a very good idea.
So even for me, I have my own little plan, right? I have right now I have like 1,400 bottles in Alibaba, right?
Right.
Like sauce bottles, right? I got new labels, everything. I want to, by the end of the year, I want to get all of those bottles. I don't want to say full them all up, but at least in that direction to full them all up, right?
Quite close to your goal.
Yes. So everything I said in 5 years, I want to have that university, but you got to build towards it. So building towards it is creating contents. Like, okay, one of the things that I do is the balcony thing. So I videotape, going through the planting and setting up the balcony and all of those stuff, right? That's one program, right? The next program is to get the mothers with young kids involved in that program, right? So if you're a mother and you have a young kid, I want you to teach them how to plant a seed
Right.
and manage it. Even if it dies, you let them grow. Once they reach a certain age, we're gonna give them like a bank account, assign them a bank account, right? You assign them a bank account and
Mm-hmm.
and give them financial understanding, like investing in stocks and stuff like those. It's gonna be eventually it's gonna be like crypto and all of those stuff. But first of all, you have to start off with managing the bank account, right?
Right.
We need us to be financially capable. That's we don't teach that. We teach our kids Nike, Jordan. We teach them Gucci and them stuff, right? Not buying stocks into those stuff. Understand?
Right. We're making the rich man richer.
Yes. So that program, I'm saying, once the parents put their kids into that program, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from once they reach a certain age, right? They understand how to manage money. So when they reach
Of
like
course.
15, 16, we can put them into business management. So we will have business position open for them to be in.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
And all of this that you're saying, they should be taught in schools.
Okay, and this is what okay, now you see. So in the academy, these are all just gonna be like things that are being practiced already.
Mm-hmm.
So once they come in, it's like, oh yeah, I know what to do. Well, this business is not doing good. They should be able to look at the business printout and say, well, this business is not doing good. This business was doing good 3 months ago. This is what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Look, all of this information nowadays, you have AI to do all of these stuff. So you don't need to do these stuff, but we do need to practice them. So
All right.
it's not just one generation of anything. Next thing is like always pairing up an older person with a young person.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
have to
The
bridge that.
knowledge and the experience. Knowledge and experience. Pass it on.
Look, we have to bridge that. These are the stuff that I'm sit down and say, look, we have to put these stuff in play. We have to bridge the old with the young, because you see the young people them are disrespect the old people them and all of
Mm,
these stuff.
mm.
So we have to make it understandable so the old people can learn from the young people and the young people
Young
can
people
learn
can
from the
learn from
old
the
people.
old. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So this is why I said in 5 years, these are the stuff that I'm slowly gonna be implementing to say it's out there. We need to get ourselves back into practice. Once
Yeah.
we get back into practice, we will fall into order of who we are. Once we have food to eat and we have financial security, we can make plans. We can make betterment not just for us but for our kids after.
Mm-hmm.
These
Yes.
are the these are
Children
the
and grandchildren and great grandchildren.
so it's so important for us to not just talk about this thing, but get the people together to implement them.
And yes, for
I'm gonna
real.
tell you, look, when I started my company, it's like all I wanted to do was make sauce, make sauce, make sauce, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just about making sauces. It's finding suppliers. It's finding labels. It's looking. It's the detail. Everybody, many times I say people the stuff that what we hear, we're supposed to say it over and over, dissipate it. Like the devil is in the detail. You say it
Mm-hmm.
over. The devil is in the detail. The devil is in the detail. Say it over and over. The devil is in the detail. The devil is in the detail. But there's no devil in the detail, because the detail is usually the fine print. And the fine print is what you're supposed to pay attention to. The fine print
Exactly.
is key to our success.
Most
So
definitely.
we
We have
have
to
to,
learn to read the fine print too, you know.
yes,
You have to learn to read the fine print. Don't take somebody's word. You're in an office and you're signing forms. Don't take anybody's word that's giving you the form to sign. Say, oh, this one just says, just sign right there. It says, oh no, we're going to take as long as it takes for
to
me to
read it, to
read that
understand it.
form. Because I may have a question and it pertains to the form that you're telling me, oh, it just says this, just sign there. Nah, no. That's how people get in trouble.
Exactly.
I go prepared to read.
And
And I
that's what,
go to read and to take my time and read it. And I get to a point where I go, oh wait, what does this sentence mean?
yes.
Don't fro she me and say, oh no, just sign it. This page says this and this page says that. Yeah, no. Let me read for myself that this page says this and that page say this.
So
And
all of
and,
these
and
stuff.
to run back right quick, stick a pin. Jamaicans need a visa to go to China.
Oh, so is there a Jamaica, is a black Jamaica city in China?
Are you dreaming?
Okay, so look, so even we should even have competition from Canada for the Jamaican students. Any student write the best poem, the best, because you
Mm-hmm.
see the letter where Ninja Man write to the government. You hear the
Mm-hmm.
letter them him write?
I saw that. I read the first one, and I saw a headline. I didn't get to read that he wrote a second letter. I
Okay,
didn't see
so
the letter.
these are okay, even them letter them want some people to write, have a competition to some people to write a letter like those.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me I say? We need to get back. Okay, Louise Bennett.
Miss
Name,
Lou.
okay, name somebody after Louise Bennett.
Uh, yeah, right.
You see?
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. So you see all of these stuff from I talk about, right? It's like all we have to do is get them involved within themselves.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So we can actually own Jamaica. The people that care for Jamaica can say we own Jamaica because we're proud of Jamaica.
yes, sir. That's like Carlos was saying today. The amount of money that Jamaica owe the Chinese for the highway.
Yes.
730 million US dollars.
Mm.
Us here in the diaspora alone can get together, pool our money together. Listen, there was a lady in his comment section that said somebody she knows, a neighbor, a friend, or something that she knows that wanted to build a hospital in Hanover. You know, the government tell her no. I said, yeah, of course they're going to tell her no because she wanted to have control over everything. It's her money. She wanted to build a hospital in her community and have control over everything, hiring certified people that know the job, know the kind of job that she's going to need to build this hospital. And there won't be no kickbacks and no money in no pocket and no payoff this one and payoff that one. I'm gonna give you
Right.
a job because you're my friend. They told her
Okay.
no. I said, yeah, because they couldn't get no kickbacks from her. Look at the way they treated Shaggy's foundation when they did the fundraiser for Bustamante
Okay.
Children's Hospital.
The man them a bad up the
All
man
they
for him
wanted him to do, send the
was give
money,
the money.
send the money, send the money.
Exactly. So okay, that's the next thing we have to. First of all, right? We have to have that as a big highlight. Anything that we do good for Jamaica, the government is gonna say what? What's the government's gonna say?
They're gonna say no because they can't have put their hands on it to get any money out of it.
Exactly. So we have to always keep that at the front of everything.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Yeah.
this is gonna be our biggest obstacle right here. For everything that we do good, the government is gonna say no.
Yep. And they're gonna find some excuse to say why it's bad.
Okay,
Prime
so
example, the call to action protest. Or the letter before the protest. The
so
letter. I keep saying, look at one little old letter. Look at all the firestorm it caused.
yes,
One little
okay.
old letter. And
So
they
you
did
see,
not acknowledge or recognize not one of the,
okay,
what was
but
it, like 5 or 6 issues that was put in the letter? They didn't recognize or acknowledge one. I say, I lie
okay,
with you.
but look,
Lie with
that was
you.
just one pen on one piece of paper.
Right.
Okay. When I went back to Jamaica, right? I went in the year of white, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I would say. We must write on white. You see what I'm doing?
Hmm.
Him write on white to make it right. You understand?
Right. Got it.
We don't write enough. Me keep on saying it. We no keep track of ourselves, you know.
We
We
don't
leave
write enough
everybody.
and we
We don't
don't read enough.
write enough. If you're writing, you're reading because you must read where you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things, Mr. Once we start right, look on it. The man just put a pen to paper, right on white, because they
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Yes,
Every
they do.
policy that's written, or what them do.
They write it down.
So how comes we're afraid to write? How comes we're afraid to write? Some of the poems them when me write, me keep track of everything, me write down.
Mm-hmm.
My handwriting them ugly, 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 ugly. But just because they're mine, me love them.
Yeah, exactly. They are
So
yours. They're your
yes.
original.
So everything I'm saying, we need to start writing more. We need to write down the situation. We need to make it in a way so we understand the pain we are got through. You see, me tell you, first of all, when them shut down the world, everybody never recover from that, you know.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Many people not recover from that. Many people
All
have got
no.
through. All
All
no.
no.
All right. So if we don't get out the bad blood in a way, you know, if we don't get it out, you ever hear them say, no, make them dry you out. What that mean?
Don't let them get under your skin.
Is it anything good them a draw out of you?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And them say, don't
Okay.
drag me tongue. Don't drag me tongue.
Because it's nothing good.
Right.
So how comes we can't drag out the good out of each other?
Mm-hmm.
Look,
That is true.
all of them stuff here, it's not impossible. So we need, I tell you, say, find me, so we need to get it together, right? We can link up with 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, 40 people. There's one of my friends, she has a YouTube channel. It's Rosie Unstoppable Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And she lives in Georgia. I send my sauce down there and she does her cooking show and she uses my sauces on her show, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It's like I want to send my sauce them all over the world. Everybody in the world is supposed to try one of my sauce them because that's how I believe in myself. You hear me I say? We can network anywhere, anytime. As long as me and you good, we create the network where we can get together, we promote each other, right? Eventually we're gonna have our business up and running. We're gonna need a Black Wall Street. If all our business are run good, right? Why am I gonna bad mind? Let me use them terms.
Mm-hmm. That is such an uneducated term,
I
an
know.
ignorant term.
No,
A
once
bad
them put
mind.
it in
You're
the
so
sun,
bad mind. What does
no,
that even mean?
look, most them put it in one song and make it sound like, yes, oh, bad mind, yes, oh, bad, why, me want bad mind, me want bad.
Unbelievable. Just use proper English and say, you're envious. Why are you
Yes.
envious? If I can do it, so can you. Don't be envious of me for my success
My
because you
goodness.
didn't push yours to get so you could be successful too. Don't be envious. Say
Don't
that.
be envious. Just
Don't
say
use no damn old ugly
oh
don't
stupid
swat
words. Why do we
word.
speak so
You're bad
stupid?
mind. You're
Your
too
bad
bad
mind.
mind. Oh, you're bad mind. Me good up with a prime minister for. Really? Really?
Me, I tell you, it's so funny sometimes because you see, they don't listen to themselves. Them just spew them feelings, right? Most of the
Right.
time, when they speak, it's not from factual anything, right? It's just emotional, it's feelings. When
Exactly.
we used to okay, when I was a kid growing up, right? We used to like the parents them used to go talk, the man them used to go reason, right? The woman them would go sit down and talk, right? The pitney then go on about the pitney business, right? That's a community, that's a community, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have the internet, we can create these communities the same way. We just have to have intelligent people gathering.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So it's okay for you to feel the way you feel, but this is not the place for you to bring those feelings because people here are discussing elevation. The people
Absolutely.
we are talking about
Upliftment.
business. We are talking about business. We are talking about finance or what's good on the stock market. So you have a stock market period. You have an investment period. We have all of them. Let's
Mm-hmm.
create these stuff so we can have them people that will want to get involved with positivity, not the mix up stuff.
Right. Right.
Even sometimes, you know, said today it's not about politics, it's about people coming together and talking and say, how you feel about yourself today? You get 5 minutes to talk about how you feel, and
Mm-hmm.
then somebody else come on. Have these moments instead of oh the clash, you know, hear about the clash, you know, that boy, that one that wicked.
Oh my God. If I heard one more time somebody was talking about I don't even know their name. These two
No,
chicks.
no, no.
Them,
No, look, I
them
am
two
just using
chicks.
that for,
Their name,
for I'm
um
just using it for example.
Sophia. What was her name? Sophia something. Some uh,
Steph Landon,
and what was the other one? J
Jada
J
Kingdom.
J okay. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And I was
Well,
watching another vlogger's page and it kept talking about this, oh, sound clash. And then the man did a video in his
okay, you
car
see,
and
now
oh,
you're
this
talking
one
about.
answered that. And oh, that man, the other one answered this. And I'm
Look,
sitting there looking at my phone going, what the hell does this have to do
that's not what we're
with me?
talking about.
And then
We in
I'm talking to
help. We
my
in
daughter. I'm
commercial.
talking I'm talking
We,
to my daughter and she goes, Mommy. I
we
said, yes,
in
baby.
help.
I'm talking to my daughter and she comes out with, Mommy. I said, yes, baby. Did you hear about? And I said, girl, you know, I don't have time for none of that foolishness. I always tell them, I don't do rap crap, okay? I said, give me my Dennis and my Barris and my Bourgeois and all of them any day. Mister, I don't deal with the rap crap nonsense. Oh, but
Look,
you
The
got
truth
to
is,
hear this.
the truth is, a lot of people will not believe me, but I barely know what goes on social media.
okay, because okay, and that's what I'm trying to show you though. There's
Mm-hmm.
people who want to be educated, but not educated in that sense. They want a community where they can come, they can talk about finance, they can talk about it's not, we're not, look, we're not supposed to, we're not warriors. We're not warriors.
Mhm.
We're supposed to be able to grow each other. We're supposed
That is the
Mhm.
truth. I don't think people understand the whole open market thing of the social media space and
Mhm.
the amount of things you can do with it, the amount of influence and opportunities that it gives to you. I don't think people really understand. And if we were all to use it as a conglomerate, look how Rupert Murdoch uses different organizations to take over the world of information, whether it be on TV,
Right.
it's in paper, it's on radio. He controls them all. You know, we can do the same thing on social media.
Yep. The same way. What's his name, Mr. Virgin Airman, Bransford.
Branston.
Is it Branson? Yes.
Yeah.
Him having airline, him having train, him having rocket, all of that stuff.
Yes.
In this space, you can become a conglomerate.
Right.
And this is what I'm trying to show you guys, though, man. These are the things that I hope for. These are the things that I don't talk about impossibilities. I talk about possibilities.
Yep.
Right? So once we have it, we set it. We put it, we work on it. We make it better.
If we were ever linked up in the right way, governments would be in fear because we, Jamaicans on social media, if all of us were on this social justice movement, government would be running wild because we would be a force to reckon with across social media, the type of platform
they know that already.
They know that. Absolutely know that.
We would be a force to reckon with across social media.
They know that already. And that them fear. But the thing about it is, though, once them start influence some of the people to pick their side, it kind of lowers the effect. It doesn't stop it. It's
the divide and conquer.
Yes. So, and this is what I say. The people who wants to be there, they're gonna fight to keep it the way it's supposed to be. The ones who don't care about it, you're gonna see them. You're gonna say, look, you don't belong to this club. Just like your YouTube channel. The people who come to your YouTube channel, if they're not part of what you're a part of, thank you very much. But there's so much other channels you can go on.
Exit stage left. Thank you.
So if you have 100 people and 100 people is not pressing the like button, okay, why are you here? Why are you here? Because for us to be social, all you have to do is like yourself enough to press the like button. I know.
Exactly.
Why are we talking about the like button? Because
listen, everybody that come on a platform, they should press the like button because they're learning something for free.
Or don't go on the channel to learn anything.
Don't bother with it. I'm telling you, the lady said to me when I asked everybody to like up the live, I cannot remember which platform I was on. The lady came on and said, shouldn't we wait until the end to see if we like it? Now, mind you, this was way deep into the live. Deep into the live.
And she's there long enough not to like what she likes so far, but still stay.
And I'm like, why are you here? Just why are you here? That's when I just finally said to her, I said, you know what? Wisdom has been chasing you, but you've always been too fast.
And it's true. It's not just for her, but for many of them. Because look, all you have to do is participate. If your neighbor is having something, you just have to go and say hi. You don't have to. Well, I don't keep something in the water.
You don't have to hang around. You don't want to go beg a plate.
It is the reason why we're ever more becoming divided, because of the lack of participation.
Yes.
There you go. That's the thing.
Exactly.
So this is why I'm saying everything that you'll be doing from now on, it's the people who want to participate in it. Be part of it, own it. This is what I say about my company. I go, look, my company was created for us. If you guys want to see my company grow, you guys gonna buy into my company. I'm not begging you guys anything. Everything that I sell you guys, it's worth it. This is what I say. I don't want to beg anybody anything. when I can create it for myself. We can all create money for ourselves. Say it
True.
one more time. We can
We
all say it.
we can all create money for ourselves.
Please, miss, could you say it? We can
Debbie,
all create money for ourselves.
something happened to Debbie. Can you hear us, Deb?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
now
we're
we can.
hearing you
Oh,
now.
yes, we can all create money for ourselves. It was just this afternoon. I was talking to somebody. It was like, they're like, this year, we got to figure out how to make what we're doing work for us.
Here you go.
And I'm like,
Look at the
well,
comment. Look at
my
the comment.
computer is right here. I'm ready to hit the research button and do whatever. So let's get it.
Okay, and this is what I'm saying though. We have so much talent, man. We have so much. All we have to do is just get together and say, let's do it
Do it.
together.
Mm-hmm. Hone in on
I
it.
support
Hone in
you.
on
I
it.
support every time I go on all the lives, I go on Wayne Lonesome. It's the same thing I put in the comment section. Cool people, press the like button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm here, you guys are here. Why be here and don't do something
And don't
nice
do
for the
something
person?
as simple
It's
as that. Just tap the button.
and why is it so important for me to say this? Because if we want to create a community, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes everybody to participate.
Absolutely.
True.
Absolutely. Don't don't be don't be the one on the sidelines or the one on the fence can't figure out if you want to go left or right.
Exactly.
Just put your
Exactly.
foot in a spot. Pick a side.
Pick
Pick
a
a
side.
side and
Pick the
stick
winning
with it.
side. Pick the winning side.
Pick the winning side and stick with it.
And
That's
that's
all you have to
all.
do.
That's all we're saying. Now we're gonna pick the winning side because the winning side's been winning all the time, just
Right.
quietly.
Exactly.
So let's just continue winning. Everybody, we just need everybody on board. Support everybody. Like this is what I'm saying though. Everybody's create a channel. I always say that you have your own channel. We support the channel them go around.
Hmm.
We talk to each other, okay, so you need to improve this or you need to improve that. Let's work together.
Yep. Oh yeah. Most definitely. Well, Sir Wayne,
Thank you
you have
very much, Debbie.
overextended your your time. Thank God
Sorry,
it's
Wayne.
Friday.
I
Sorry,
know,
Wayne.
I know,
Look.
I know. I think the Friday night program may transform itself into something like this.
Yeah.
And if I need to take phone calls, this is the way to do it because when I take phone call, the audience does not hear
Right.
what is
Both
happening very
sides.
well.
And then like up to 9 people
Definitely.
can call in on the
Oh yeah.
platform.
Oh yeah.
So
Yes.
don't it's like look, you guys, the silent listeners, you guys don't be shy, man, because guess what? Everybody counts. Everybody counts.
Really and
Every
truly do.
everybody means something to themselves. If you think you don't mean something to yourself, either you go to the morgue or you go to the old people home where them people are so sick where them can't do nothing for themselves.
Can't do nothing for themselves.
So if you don't see how important you are, you need to go see how important others see you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We are Jamaican, We are Jamaican for a reason. We're great.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just mouth talk. It's all of them, all of those great athletes, all of those great singers, everybody. They're all natural, organic Jamaicans.
Yes, sir. That they are. Put your company name in the chat again.
My
It's
website?
yes.
Put it in so I can pin it quickly.
And I'm gonna go
I
over to IG when we're done and check your stuff out and talk
I do
about you.
look. I do catering and I do everything in Canada. Look, man, my story is not. It's not a everybody's story is not a happy
Right.
um joy story, but it's
Everybody go through struggles, honey. Everybody
exactly.
go
But
through struggles.
it's how you
You
come out of
manage it and you cope with it
yes.
and to come out of it on the other side smelling like a rose.
Yes, and that's look, and that's what I tell you said this is the main objective because I tell you say many times when I feel say I can't make it anymore, I just know say look, there's somebody worse than me, somebody better than me, and it's my choice to
Exactly.
be the worst or be the best.
Hmm. Absolutely. So you're in Canada?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought somebody asked, thought they were. Oh, okay. I realize now. The person
yeah,
in
I live in
England
Can.
want their daughter that lives in Florida to order your stuff and send
Oh
it to
well,
them. In
okay.
Everything
So
can be done online anyway, so it's still
yes,
possible.
yes.
On
look, I
Yeah.
told you I sent a case down to Georgia, right?
Hmm.
And I spoke to her today. Her channel is Rosie Unstoppable Kitchen. I'm gonna
Okay.
she does her cooking show online too. That's what I'm trying to show you, man. You see, when you connect with people and they're good
Hmm.
people, it doesn't matter where they are. You
That's
understand?
true. That is
This is
very
what I'm
true.
saying. As long as we get good people together, this is when I was listening to this guy and he goes, I did business with this guy for 10 years online and I never met him before. But just because he was honest and he does his thing, we still do business online. So
Okay. All right.
so when people say, oh, the internet is this and the internet is that, it's not the internet, it's the people.
Mhm.
Understand? We
Yes,
can't just
sir.
we can't blame the devil. We have to blame the bad behavior. And the bad behavior is the people who are doing the bad things. Right?
Absolutely.
We have to
Well,
take
gentlemen,
responsibility.
it has been a pleasure.
Yes, it was.
Thank
Got to
you
go
very much for
one
being here
time.
tonight.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very much. It was an amazing night. Friday
Andy,
night.
it was
It was,
very interesting
it was.
conversation, sir. We're gonna check out your website and check you out on Instagram and talk about you and big you
Say,
up.
say the name of your business before you go, B.
Oh, the easy jerk.
Yeah, let me pin your YouTube so they can know that the Easy Jerk World.
Yeah, that's a
That's his
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna pin Rosie Unstoppable Kitchen in the comment section too, because
Okay.
when you check out her videos, that's my jerk sauce she's using, and because you see, she ordered a case from me a couple of months ago, and so far
We're in Toronto.
uh we're in Toronto.
We're in Canada rather. Sorry,
Toronto.
Toronto. Okay, Toronto. Ado James.
Okay, so watch. So I'm gonna pin it in the comment section.
Yeah, just put it in the comment and I'll pin it.
Okay. So she
And
does.
Rosie Unstoppable is where in Georgia?
She is in the exact location.
No, just a county.
Um, oh my gosh, Georgia. I forgot the address.
That's all
James is
right. We'll we'll
asking.
we'll, we'll look
James is
her up.
asking for a more precise location in Toronto.
What do you say? Win?
One of my globalists is asking for a more precise location in Toronto, just a broad area where your business is located, because he
Oh,
lives in
Lawrence and
Toronto.
Western Road. Lawrence and Western Road.
You hear that, James? Lawrence and Western Road.
Okay, so I just dropped. I think it is Rosie Unstoppable Kitchen. I think that's it.
Okay.
So when you watch her program, you see she's talking about because when I started talking to her, I'm telling her we cook with too much salt, we eat too much salt. That's one of our biggest problem.
Mhm.
We used to cook delicious before. Now all we do is cook salt. So my sauces, they have no salt. So you can cook with anything that you're cooking, you can use it. So so even I'm creating some different like some different look, man. I look at it is that as far as you want to go, you project yourself there already.
There
And I
you
said
go.
I just
Yes.
want to store where I can create sauces, like all different flavor sauces. Just like I eat meat, but I create more vegetable stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even yesterday, she called me and asked me about hummus, and I was telling her, I go, how to make it and everything, and I go, look, I love vegetable stuff, vegetarian food when it's made right, it's so delicious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Plus, we're supposed to eat 90% veggies and 20% meat. Most of us eat so much meat, our
Meat.
body cannot digest it. Or this is one of
Right.
the next thing the food that we consume, we don't pay attention, we don't care. But when the health problem comes on, that's where we get in trouble.
Right.
So we're spending
Right.
so much money on medication and stuff like these. This all of the stuff. These are the stuff I'm saying. Once I have enough people on my YouTube channel, then I can talk about these stuff and educate people like you guys do. But I'll be talking about food and planting and health wise, all of them
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Because guess what? We have enough of the other stuff out there already. We need to balance it out. We need to create good content. We need to to inspire people to be better them instead of being the worst them.
Very true. Very true. All right, sirs, gentlemen. I'm
Yes.
hungry.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look
Thank.
some food.
Yes, me
All
too.
right
As you
then.
know,
Thank.
some done cook already, make some delicious.
You
Trust me.
see, you see? That's
I
why you're
look,
talking so long. Your dinner done cook already. What you
no,
eat?
no, 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 no. I before I came on when I got cut off, Wayne, that I
Uh-huh.
just started, I just started blending up the coconut. So I'm gonna blend up the coconut and then me brown stewed brown down the snapper and cook it down with the jerk sauce and the coconut milk and with
You
some
know
rice
what?
and some bok chop on the side.
I used to like you. I don't like you no more because
I
I can't get
know.
none of that.
Look, go watch a couple of our videos and you see she's just cooking up on the show with some of the
Mm-hmm.
sauces and stuff.
All
Look, man,
right.
you have a YouTube channel?
Me, not yet.
Okay, not
I'm,
yet. That's
I'm,
good.
I'm,
That's good.
I'm gearing up. I'm gearing up. I'm doing my little research on what I'm gonna do. It
Look, you don't have
so
to
yeah.
you don't have to be pigeonholed at anything. You just create the YouTube
Yeah,
channel
no.
and you just create positive content. That's what we need.
Yep. Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very much for your attention.
Thank you
Yes,
very much,
sir.
panelists. It was good having you tonight. You saved me a lot of talking. Thank you very
Look, I love I love chats. I'm
Mm.
sorry, me have
Yep.
to tell you the truth.
Look,
Me love
if
chat.
it was me alone tonight, then everything would be down to me. So that's a break for me tonight, just to sit back in the studio and listen. So thank you all very much. I really, really appreciate.
You are
No,
more
thank
than
you
welcome,
for
sir.
hosting us. That's number one, right? And
Mhm.
thanking you for giving us the platform to talk on.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Very much so. All right,
Okay.
guys.
All right. You both
Globalists
take.
out there listening,
So
click
when you
the
do have
like button.
a thing there, Instagram account, right?
I do. I'm all over social media. I'm
Okay,
producer Wayne Global TV.
okay, fine. I'm gonna find you there because I tried to call you
Yeah.
today, but it never went through.
Yeah. And I will find you on Instagram as well. I'll find you on
Okay, cool,
Instagram.
cool.
Yeah. All right
Thank
then.
you
You both
very
take
All
care.
right,
much.
guys. It was a pleasure.
You're
Yes, it
welcome.
was.
All right. You guys
A breath
enjoy
of
the rest of
fresh
the
air.
weekend.
And guess what? There was no mix up, was there?
Oh no.
No mix up
Oh
and no
no.
only the blender what you use to fix your coconut milk.
Yes, my ninja. Oh my gosh. Thank you
All right,
guys. Have a
guys.
super duper night, guys.
You do the
All right then.
same.
Thanks very
Yes, I'm
much.
gonna
Take
jump on
care.
the next platform, my next live and listen.
All right, guys.
Come know say we and me know say you go go your bed, right?
Probably not, especially if Carlos is on, I'll just jump straight over to Carlos.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
I gotta look out for him too.
I'll just jump straight over to Carlos.
As long as it's good, it's people talking positivity, I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
Of
Because
course.
you can't clutter your mind with the junk before the junk become your mind.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yep. All right, gentlemen.
All right,
Have a
then.
good
Thank you
night.
very much, Debbie. You take
You
care.
too. Thank
All
you very
righty.
much.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
Night,
Bye.
guys.
Yes, there you have it. 3 hours of brilliant conversation. Thank you all very much for being here with us tonight. We will be back on Sunday evening. We are on break for the weekend, and we will be back on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. UK time. Thank you very much, and have an amazing weekend.